I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it
Ended it on an interesting note last week. So
Okay.
Go
team.
Let's roll the dice. Fike, you are the lucky winner. You get to tell us all about what happened last session.
Okay. We picked up as the Stone Giant camp and the battalion of Fort Daxia were breaking off into their own separate sections. A mission complete. Happily, we, with use of Bureau's magic teleportation circle, transported back to the city of Amman. Excuse me. We decided to contact the council via message where they informed us that they were not in and we would have an audience tomorrow.
Hey, Mr. Roboto, can you say that again?
Yeah, you're going a little robot.
Domo Morigato, Mr.
That's
Roboto?
much better.
There you go.
Domo.
Do that.
All right. I find I won't move my face. We sent a message to the council. We have an audience tomorrow. Then proceeded to do a tiny bit of shopping and worship. And going to thwart the vilest of evil, Percy's workshop door. Came home and were attacked by myriad assassins and Bazir, whatever, Cecil line, attacked us in our home yet again, and escaping through via plane shift because chicken shit lion boy. Which we found all the staff locked in the main dining area, terrified of us. Apparently, they were disguised as us and were beating them savagely. And there's a lot of emotions and hot, and I believe we left it off going, we have to tell you about this one time in Drennan now.
Yeah, to Tharn. Tharn was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, we literally...
I was also eating fruit.
Yes,
slowly.
Slowly eating fruit. We had left off at the very end. Noxus had found an old or a clay medallion, something that he recognized from his old times with Captain Gator, with the chorus to a sea shanty they used to sing on it, and at the bottom the phrase "the winged storm." And Tharn had asked, an explanation as to what was going on as he began to slowly eat some fruit. And that is, you also untied the staff, kind of explained the situation to them, and they all went off to excuse me, clean up, and God, I'm blanking on her name all of a sudden.
Lena or something like that, or
Lena went off to the kitchen to, distract herself with what she does best, which is starting to cook a very hearty Imanian meal. As you could smell the wonderful smells of Lena's cooking coming, wafting out of the kitchen as you guys began a conversation with Tharn. So that is where we can pick up.
What way was used by Basvir to escape?
Plane shift.
I believe.
Certain of that you
saw it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
well, I mean, we've seen him do it before.
No, he ran
off.
No,
we haven't.
He ran off the last time.
Yes, he ran off the last time. I thought he used plane shift.
Or I believe he flew away the last time.
No, he went out the back, and then...
Yeah, the first time he disappeared outside the window.
Mm-hmm. It was some sort of teleportation spell. I know not which, but... He just kind of makes a general motions a little bit about what she remembers seeing, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Make a performance check. And those that are, depending on how well she does, those of you that are proficient in Arcana can make an Arcana check to see if you...
This will be great.
Recognize the...
Nope. Just
It's not an easy
flails a
DC.
bit.
I didn't mean to have advantage.
Yeah, it's a
13.
Bureau. If you would like to make it, I'm pretty sure you have proficiency in Arcana. If you want to make a check, it's not going to be a very easy one.
I don't have proficiency, but I have jack of all trades.
All right. Well, yeah, you're a bard. You pretty much can make checks.
You just make checks on everything.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
You roll
Yeah, I don't know if
Uh,
like it has like verbal component or anything like that. But
Yeah, it's less your inability to recognize the symbols. It's Ren is not doing a very good job at, explaining,
Right.
like showing them, recreating them.
I look at it very confused. Like the right? No, this turn. Wait, what are you doing? Do you know the hands again?
leave it.
Hey.
Forgive me, I was a bit distracted at the moment. And above.
Fair enough.
I guess we're all in the war room.
I guess you're probably all in the
wait.
dining room once you found out. I would imagine once you found out the staff was in there, you guys
Yeah.
probably came in to help
I was
out.
picking
with
up
that and
chairs and just trying to fix it up.
A way I wonder there is to trace him.
Is there?
Yeah, question.
I got something. I got something.
What?
He had this, I think. Wait, did I pick it off a Myriad or
Myriad.
did he drop it?
The
Never mind.
talisman? That was you took off a Myriad guy.
Never mind, because I thought I got it off of him.
Yeah.
Um,
Question to the DM: is there a possibility to trace where teleports go?
You don't know.
Not that I know of. Okay.
Make an Arcana check.
Ooh.
You are unaware if there is a way to do that. There are various different divination spells that fall under both the arcane means of magic and divine means of magic, but without knowing exactly what the spell is that he used to escape, you're unsure of a way to do that. But there
Gotcha.
are all sorts of divination magics that are available to you, both divine and arcane. So
Right.
Is there a
wait.
particularly unshocked member of the staff that we could maybe talk to and ask questions of? Like how they got into that situation?
currently, there's none in the room with you. You guys kind of let them disperse. Lena went to the kitchen and she is cooking. The rest of the staff, you guys told they could either. You sent one of them, I believe, to go fetch the guards. There are guards of the embassy. However, you haven't found any of them yet.
I'll go looking for around the keep for guards of the embassy.
I'm gonna slump in the seat and kind of sit there because I'm in pain.
I gave you 15 hit points last game.
Yeah, I'm below half.
Oh, you're below half. Oh.
And
I could.
But anyway, not to DM backseat driver at all, but I believe we ended the session. I believe we did end the session with Tharn asking you guys a direct question as to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
going
Then
on?
Bureau wandered off.
and then Bureau wandered off.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Bureau.
Bureau. I mean,
Confusing times these are.
For brevity's sake, we can.
You
just
can
say what
grab
happened.
Bureau before he leaves the room if you'd like.
Yes.
Sure.
Would be best to explain this once.
So,
yes.
what happened here? I mean, obviously, I know what happened here. We were attacked by these things, and I hold up the piece of skin with the symbol on it that I carved off of the one dude.
Yeah.
Do we even know that it's a Rakshasa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Tharn
Some
referred to it as that during the fight. So
Yes.
Well, no. I mean, like, have we done any research
no,
ourselves?
you have
like,
not done
like
any
when,
research into Rakshasa.
so, like, when he says
whatsoever.
Rakshasa, we're just gonna be like, what the fuck's a Rakshasa?
I thought he
We-
explained that
we do-
like.
Yeah, we do know he's a devil, but I think that's about the extent of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we pissed that guy off. In Drina, he tried to. I don't know what he was doing.
A
But-
ploy he ran, impersonating the head of the council of the town of Drenna. Discovered he was by us. Escape he did. Revenge on all of us, he swore, including our loved ones.
Well, it would appear escape he did again. Again, escape he did.
Wait,
Brendan
Thank
kinda
you for
sighs.
pointing that out.
why did you say that twice? Never mind.
I'm sorry, I could not keep him from leaving.
Your best you did.
Ren, it's
Next
not your
time you
fault.
shall not be so lucky.
He's a slippery cat. He's not.
Wait, cats are slippery?
No, just
Oh,
this
yes.
one in particular.
So
And I hold on Zephyr as she slinks out of my hands.
we seem to have survived a pretty ambitious ambush, so I think we did pretty well. But is this the first time he's come back after you? Is this something we should be concerned about?
Yes.
Occurring?
Had been more than a year at this point since Drina.
Yeah, this is the first time, so.
So
Who
he
knows
doesn't
where he
seem
is
like
now.
the type to let things go.
Certainly does not appear so. Has anyone followed up on the threats of their families? In Drina, he did threaten the heir, Shari.
I mean, if you
I
give me
do not know.
If you give me an hour, I can check in on at least 2 people.
Wonder I do if he pursued not us, but family of ours.
Well, yeah, like I said, if you give me a check in and see, you know.
Certainly wise that would be, I think.
Well, he did make good on that because all my family's sitting in this room, so.
So, Master Vieira, Master Tharn, I am afraid part of his revenge you two are now.
Well, yeah. Guilty
Very
by
well.
association.
Fear not, lad. Far worse things have attempted to fell me. Why, I remember, and I just start telling.
5 minutes.
I just
go
start
by.
telling old man stories.
Back in the days.
Like back in the days, there were these Ettins that tried to take over my land. Way back when.
Like, darn, that happened a week ago.
What? Who are you?
That was less than a week ago. That was like 2 days ago. Yeah, well, at least explain to Bjorn Tharn like a little bit more that Rakshasa had some sort of weird either ceasefire or some kind of connection to like night hags or something like that. Some hags in
Sea
Drina.
hags, a coven of hags, yeah.
That's all we knew. He had some sort of armor
Making a deal.
guardian at the time that he did not have this time because we destroyed it, but
And he was trying to like ruin the trade of fishing there on the lake with the hags.
well, we don't know what the extent of the relationship was with the hags. Unfortunately, he disappeared quite quickly.
As soon as we killed the hags, the people were able to get their fish, so it had to have been involved in some way.
Yeah, well,
Yes. After residuum and personal gain, he probably was.
the residuum was being boiled down out of like the fish or something like that. That's why we found like a pot of it.
Oh, that's right.
That was like a cauldron of liquid residuum, I think, something like that. And then once the fish returned, the Cecil figured out that the jig was up.
Any ideas by someone to track him instead of him tracking us?
I mean, if you guys have anything of personal object of his, I can see if I can find him. But that's about it.
Do I have blood on my swords?
There's blood on the swords and the walls and the floors.
I gesture to any fur that she cut off.
I know what he looks like, so I mean, I could try, but it'd be better if we had something of his personal effect.
Did Ren fight little Caddy and get like a tuft of hair?
She
sliced off like
quite a few.
Yeah, there's like a pool of blood like right in the corner there, and blood and fur probably because sharp swords.
Yeah.
By what means did he use to flee?
Some sort of spell. I know not which one it was. And
go ahead, Ren. Cast it again.
She just does like a rave type motion, just like. Whoa.
What is this rave?
I recognize that.
You do?
That is a spell called Good Time.
Otto's irresistible rave.
It's a spell called EDM. I remember a long time ago we all fell victim to it.
Darude's irresistible rave. Sorry. Darude's irresistible sandstorm.
Oh. If I can, I scoop some of the blood up if there's actually a pool where he got sliced up.
I'm sure we got some vials.
I mean, yeah, it's starting to seep into the seams of the stone floor and stuff.
Actually, I do have some vials. I got some like for I got some before we left.
Yes,
so
yeah.
So I'll grab.
Wait, he bleeds blood?
It's some sort of liquid. It doesn't look like humanoid blood. It's black.
Also try to get some fur.
Yeah, it's black and thick, almost tar-like.
Yeah, I guess we'll grab whatever we can.
There's definitely something that came out of him.
It is a liquefied substance in his
No
blood.
one makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
Well,
just make sure if he comes back, he is very intent on gaining friends, and she uses the word friends in the most like sarcastic, hissing way.
Yes.
Charm
friends.
But these are.
I think they're more likely to be allies, bent towards a mutual goal than friends.
No, this one is. He attempts to get into one's mind.
Yes, he is a devil.
Yeah.
DM, would you say that this has been a short rest? Because we've just been.
No.
How long have we been talking?
10-ish minutes.
10 minutes.
Certainly feels like forever.
Oh. If not track him when we can, there's nothing to do but wait for the next attack.
I'm gonna go.
I'm afraid.
Is this something that Master Derolo is aware of?
We did not believe that he would actually return. It hath been more than a year. That was before we. It was before we even.
We had a lot on our mind.
Lord
It was
Derolo.
this, and then we stopped a war. So we had a lot of things on our mind at the time. We mentioned.
Yeah, we went straight to that, didn't we?
Yeah, it went Rakshasa, full on war.
Yes, it was before we even met the Lord Derolo.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So,
wait, how long has Basvir been in these halls?
I suppose that would be a question for the staff.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask them later.
We were only gone for
a week at the
4
most.
days? No, 4 days.
3 or 4 days at the most.
3-4 days, yeah.
Who is this Master Derolo you keep mentioning?
Oh, he's a really cool guy. He's got this stick that goes boom.
A man of great power he is.
Boom? I boomed that one with my stick not 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but he did it like 100 yards away.
He's one of the Lords of Whitestone, which is where we are based normally.
Oh yeah, and we're lords too, so. And lady.
Excellent for all of you then.
I'm gonna step out of the room on that. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go collect the half masks. There should be 6 of them, right?
Yeah, they're more like bandanas or scarves that are kind of like lifted up from around the neck, and they had hoods that came up over. So.
Oh, I thought they were like masquerade masks.
No, you could see the eyes. They're covered from like the nose down.
Oh, all right. I'll just take one of those, and I'm just gonna go around to the staff and just if you need to talk about today's events or anything, just pull. And I just stay in there, and I'm just gonna pray for a little bit.
In Serenray's temple in the okay.
Yeah.
So Bureau, are you able to contact Lord Derolo at all? or are you not able to at the moment?
I can.
I
But if
think
he's-
it would be important to tell him what happened now that it's actually a serious issue.
I suppose it is his keep.
Okay, I can do that.
Oh, also about the black powder. Was that not?
Yeah.
Wait, what about the black powder?
There was
coming
something.
from Crackhammer?
Crackhammer
Oh.
using explosives.
Okay. All right. Let's see how.
Hey.
Okay, so I'll cast sending to Percy.
Okay.
And say, Lord Nerolo, we just returned to Grayskull Keep from securing trade routes from Craghammer Black Powder for Amon, and were attacked by Myriad at the Keep and a Rakshasa. Thought you should know.
All right. A little bit of time goes by, and you get a reply that says, "There's a like a sigh that starts the message. Rakshasa, you say, they can be troublesome. I've dealt with one before. My advice would be research. Well done with the trade routes. Make sure the Lena gets any devil blood stains out of the marble.
Priorities.
When are you? You've been away some time. Wondering if you're planning on swinging through Whitestone anytime soon. No rush. That's
Okay, so I'll relay that back to the team, saying he recommended that we do some research on Rakshasas. He's dealt with them before. Said good work in general. Lena needs to get the blood out of the marble, and asked, there's no rush, but asked if we'll be returning to Whitestone soon.
Lord Rotho seemeth to come across many a creature we hath come across. In many a situation.
And
Tis good to
I'll
have
just
him
say,
as an ally.
indeed. And I'll just say that, while I'm certainly not opposed to returning to Whitestone, I would, when we next have some time, I'd like to stop by Craghammer.
I want to, while this conversation is going on, start focusing and going into Zephyr's vision. You said it was a second spell slot that I need to expend to give her see invisibility?
yes.
Yeah, so I'll do that, expend the second level spell slot, and start going with her vision through the keep, checking for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. While you're doing that, Fike, you go into the temple of Sarenrae to see to some of the servants. Most of them seem to have kind of been attending to one another, giving each other some basic first aid for some, bruises and, slight lacerations and stuff. Nothing too horrific. Some black eyes, things, maybe some bruised ribs, stuff like that. But they go about their business. They respond to you saying, oh, it's no problem, Lord. We'll get back to work in a little bit. I'm sure there's, blood on the marble that needs to be taken care of.
Blood on the marble is not a priority. Take all the time you
Blood
need.
on the
Blood stain.
marble, dun, dun, dun.
That's the name of our first album. We're putting out Blood on the Marble.
They exit the temple to go about their business as you kind of stand at the head of the shrine there, with some warm lights coming through the this large stained glass windows depicting imagery of Sarenrae. Excuse me. Shango, as you send Zephyr throughout the entire first floor, you do not run into any. You don't run into anything invisible. It does look like a lot of the building has been, especially the arcane laboratory and library and the armory, and several of the rooms on the first floor have all been kind of like tossed and gone through, and there's probably stuff missing, you would imagine, any things
Yeah.
of value. You go through
Gotcha.
the second floor, where a lot of the bedrooms are, and it's a similar situation. There are, a lot of the rooms are tossed, and doesn't look like there's too much missing, as it doesn't seem like there's a lot of things of value that are kept up there, especially nowadays, as the building is used mostly as an embassy.
Right.
However, when you send Zephyr down through the basement, you see there's not a lot to search down there. There's the giant adamantium door with the symbols on it that he can't get through, or she can't get through.
Yeah.
There is, however, the small little cell area, where you can see a pile of bodies.
Ooh. Do they have any identifying clothing?
They appear to be wearing the garb that the Whitestone guards that guard the embassy are wearing, or usually wear.
Whitestone guard. All right. So I'm not sure how that goes in with the timing of everything else happening, but once I get that information, I'll pop back out of Zephyr's vision to talk to the party.
Probably, it's going to take a decent amount of time, as she explored the first and second floor first, and that was in the basement.
Okay.
But
So,
if there's anything else that people want to do while you're doing that, and while Fike is in the open air temple.
So, assume Shango relayed that information to us.
In a little bit of time, if there was some other stuff that you guys wanted to talk about
Okay.
or do. But if not, we can, yeah.
If anything, might just kind of chill out by taking the basket back to Lena and kind of gingerly handing it out to her for any.
Yeah, you get back there and she is busy at work, like a one-woman team of 3 chefs. She has 4 different dishes going at different stations in the kitchen all at the same time. And she's got bread in the oven and a pot cooking with a delicious stew smell going on. She's got something on the rotisserie over the open fire all at the same time. You can kind of tell she's trying to distract herself with work.
Mm-hmm.
The scents are heavenly. And she's just kind of muttering to herself under her breath. And she sees you come. She's like, "Oh, my lady, she has like a black eye."
Kind of cringes slightly at that.
And she just kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, it's too kind of you to bring, fruits and veggies. I can make those part of the." Her hands are shaking a little bit. I can put that in with the stew if you'd like. And she comes over to take the basket from you.
That would be wonderful. Thank you, Miss Lena.
She kind of takes it from you and walks it over to a table, like a prep area, and sets it down. And she kind of takes a deep breath and says, "We haven't seen dangers like that around the keep for many years."
Oh, sorry. We did not see this coming.
Oh, I don't blame you, Mom. It's just a little startling to the senses.
Yes, it is.
You're sure the danger's past?
As best we can tell, we are looking through, and we sent a message to Lord Dorolo, so he is aware.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be wanting the marble scrubbed.
Just gonna kind of give that. Yes, I believe that was part of the request.
Are you all right?
Yes, I shall be fine. 'Tis my job. I'm sorry I could not do it in time.
Oh, I mean, don't know there's much you could have done. I thought we'd thought you left town for a while. And when you turned back up, it was, well, I guess it wasn't you, but when you turned back up, we were a bit surprised and caught off guard. And then they started, well, you know. And
Might I ask when that was? Was that just today?
oh, it was, they've had us tied up in there a couple days now.
Winces slightly.
The guards tried to fight back. I hope they're okay. They got caught off guard, though. Weren't expecting you, but not you, to attack like that.
We shall look for them. Sorry, I should allow you to get back.
And you see something in a pot starts to boil over. She's like, "Oh, shite!" And she runs to start taking care of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so probably, 15, 20 minutes have gone by at this point, and Shango you've now, with
Yep.
Ren is kind of off doing her own thing. Fike is in the temple. Sounds like the rest of you probably stayed in the that little dining room area or meeting area.
So,
Is when you discover the guards downstairs.
okay. Yeah. So I come back out of Seppa's vision, so like my glowing white eyes go back to normal with actual pupils in them.
Yeah. The only people in the room with you at the moment are Nox, Bureau, and Tharn.
Yeah. I'll just keep looking straight ahead. No further danger there appears to be afoot, yet casualties there are in the cell keep in the basement.
Well,
Hurry down,
What
we
form
should.
of casualties?
Guardsmen.
I'm gonna head back towards the room.
We should hurry down.
I start heading
Too late.
downstairs.
I go with Tharn.
I
Too late.
follow-
I am afraid it is.
I follow, but I say that, given that we've been attacked by the myriad here, perhaps we should alert Seeker Assume or some other member of the council so they're aware now.
Yeah, thoroughly so helpful.
Certainly. Good thought that is. The Myriad's grounds are not in Iman. Correct? No?
I don't
don't
believe so.
know anything about the Myriad, Shango.
I'm asking Biaro then. Okay.
Bureau, as far as you know, they operate in... No.
Okay. I'll go ahead and send to Seeker Assume and say simply, return to Grayskull Keep, ambushed by Rakshasa and Myriad. Guards are dead, premises secure, but we are weakened. Advice or instructions?
All right, so you guys start heading down. The four of you, I imagine you're going with them, Noxus? You don't have to. I'm just asking.
Yeah, interrupt your short rest to come downstairs.
No, it's just like, I gotta chill, man.
No, yeah, he's...
Yeah, Nox
he's
took the
probably
brunt
just
of that
gonna hang
fight.
out.
Nox took
Fair.
the brunt of that fight.
I'll go.
All right, so the three of you guys, so Shango, Tharn, and Biro, you guys head downstairs. As you come down these stairs, you see as you come into this area over here, there's a pile of, as you count them, looks like 12 bodies, mix of humanoids, all wearing guardsmen's outfits with crests of whitestone on them. Most of them look like they're various stab or slashing wounds.
Wait, crests of Whitestone or Amon?
Whitestone. This is Whitestone's embassy in Amon, so it's manned by soldiers, guards of Whitestone.
Gotcha.
They
they're
killed
long
these
dead.
people and put guards armor on them.
They are long dead, I presume? Or
They've been make a medicine check.
Well, I was actually going to be doing that.
Oh, if you can as well, Tharn.
right, I'll assist Tharn, I guess.
All right, so you have advantage, Tharn.
If he lets me.
Advantage on a medicine check.
I will
Let's see how this
inspire
turns out.
All right, so you've been inspired if you want to use it. Doesn't look like you need it.
Got a +9 to medicine, I think.
Looks like you might be okay.
I'm a cleric.
Looking them over, Tharn, they're dead from various different ones. Some of them slashes across the throat. Some of them stabs into the back around the kidneys or lung area, or the liver area. They all look to have been dead for more than 24 hours.
Very Bones McCoy-like. I just kind of look up at him like, he's dead, Jim.
Who's Jim?
What, you mean the person who's lying in a pool of blood, half decomposed? I think he's dead.
Thanks, Troy.
Proper burial we should give them.
Yes. And I start praying over them, giving the Wild Mother's blessing.
Okay. You begin, saying a rite of the Wild Mother about, returning to the earth and the cycle of life. And
anybody who's there can realize I don't give a shit what their beliefs are.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like, I'm not checking their dog tags to be like, oh, let's see, Stormbringer, like...
You're all Melora now.
Oh, this one follows Ayun. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Shocked, I tell you.
Yes.
You get a response back, Bureau, saying, "Stay there. I'm on my way from Seeker Asum."
Okay, I will pass the message along.
Ren, you come back to the meeting area, dining area, and Noxus is the only one in there. Who's like looking like he just got done going 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, sitting in a chair.
They all aren't making the rounds, I take it.
Oh yeah.
Bureau, they told you what they saw through Zephyr's eyes down there, Nox. So
I relay that. Yeah, I relay that information.
Oh. Lena had been wondering. They were apparently tied up for 2 days or so. He's gonna slump into a chair.
I feel like I've been tied up for 2 days and worse.
I'm sorry, I doth not know much in the way of healing.
That's okay. I'll be okay.
Tharn,
I just need to sleep.
Sorry.
No, I just said I just need to sleep. That was it.
Tharn, with your 25 medicine check, not only do you get the sense that they've been dead for over 24 hours, probably closer to 48 than 24, you're also getting the sense based on, the expressions on their face, and they were probably killed before they knew what was going on. There's no defensive wounds on them. or signs that they were able to put up any sort of a struggle. There is
the assassins assassinated them?
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Very efficiently.
However, one body has been only dead, you would guess, for about 12 hours.
I would like to further investigate that body or see if there's a difference in. So I'd like to investigate that body for anything on it. Also, see if there's any bruising as opposed to just like one clean cut across the throat or whatever, and see if there's any difference in the way it was that body was killed than anyone else.
Yeah, there is a difference. As far as what he has on him, he doesn't really have anything on him other than what Tharn would imagine a city guardsman carries on them.
Right.
Not that you're super.
I just didn't know
with...
if there was going to be something like Jeff's journal, and you open it up, and it's like, "Hey, so I'm going on guard duty again tonight." And...
No. The wounds on him that have killed him, though, the slashes on him are very different from the other ones. The other ones very clearly look like they were made by some sort of weapon. His looks like it's in an area that is. It's a wound that shouldn't have killed him, but it also looks like some sort of. I mean, you're very familiar with the kind of injuries that animals and other creatures can inflict on things. It looks like some sort of claw slash, and it's across his forearm and up his arm. And though it's something that could have gotten infected and killed him, that's not what's happened because you don't see any signs of that with your medicine check. And because you rolled a 25 and you rolled so well, it's almost as if this person was killed from exhaustion or something like that.
I relay that information to
There's
Shango
no
Vieira.
healing. There's no sort of natural healing that even a day or so going by should have happened to a wound. There's like zero kind of any natural healing to the wound.
But Tharn knew that about Rakshasa, right? Like from that really good
He
check
knows
he did the last
that
time.
their claw strikes can inflict some sort of curse, though he doesn't know what kind of
what it is.
Curse what the curse entails.
I relay all of that to Shango and Biero.
Okay.
And I call them over. I'm like, "Look here, I shall teach you something."
Go ahead, Master Thun. Teach us.
Yeah, you hear that and like probably roll your eyes, and then I go through this almost like house-like explanation of like all the things about it.
You have a doctor house.
Totally house. That makes so much fucking sense.
Are you leaning on your stick while you're doing it?
Bedside
I
manner.
am. I'm actually leaning on my stick and calling you idiots while I explain.
Similar bedside.
And then I
manner.
use minor illusion to make you like go inside the body and see the things as it's happening.
I'll
nice
actually
way.
try to learn from that.
Yeah.
A nice use of the illusion magic, that is.
But yeah, he points all this out to you, points out the specific wound, shows you how it's different from all the others. And, basically everything I just explained to him, he explains to you.
Yeah. It would seem your friend here was killed separately. I would imagine probably sometime later.
A late guard rifle shift.
I wouldn't know from that. There didn't seem to be like any like additional like bruising or body damage to him, right?
There is. It looks like he took a little bit of a beating.
Yeah.
But nothing.
From the bruising,
more superficial stuff. Like you get the sense that maybe they were trying to pump him for information. If he was resisting at all, punch to the gut, punch to the stuff like that.
That's why I specifically asked that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It looks like they were trying to use this one to get information out of it. You can see from the bruising, it seems that he took quite the beating as they tried to extract whatever they needed.
Well versed you are with these affairs.
I have a strong understanding of the medical processes of humanoids and animals. Also, I've been around enough to know that if one needs to get information out of a testy source, the use of violence is oftentimes employed.
Indeed.
Especially by city folk. Drat city folk.
Indeed. Well, not sure I am if Bazvir needed more information than he already had. And it appears his claw we have to fear.
Yes, it instills a... Well... Effect isn't the right word. A curse,
poison?
I suppose it would be closest
Curse.
to. Yes.
Not too surprising, given his abilities.
Fiends are foul things. My only hope, my only wish from what occurred upstairs was that we had managed to destroy that corrupted thing.
I certainly agree on that. Next time he shall not get away.
Sorry, Tharn with the high. If I remember last time, you rolled like over a 25 on your religion
Yeah, I think it was
check
a 26.
or something like that. So you would understand the process of Rakshasas about how they need to be, killed in hell if you don't want them to, like that whole, like basically what Mark knows.
Yeah.
Tharn knows.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm sure Tharn is also under the belief that if you killed it here, it could take years, decades,
Months, yeah.
centuries
Months.
for it
Yeah.
to
To reform, I'm pretty sure it's like months.
reform as a lemur. To work its way back up to being a Rakshasa or something.
From
could
what
take
I understand,
centuries.
they're kind of outside of that hierarchy, so they reform back as a Rakshasa.
It sort of depends, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
yeah.
If it's not just for the satisfaction of killing him.
But anyway, if you wanted to share that with them, that's entirely up to Tharn.
Yeah, I would.
Because it doesn't seem they understand that
Yes.
aspect of the creature.
Oh, Tharn would share information that he doesn't think other people know.
Wait.
And he
So
would do
much.
it in a condescending way.
No way.
No.
Son? Condescending? What?
Supportive,
Never.
yet condescending. Never like,
Yeah.
oh, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know how this works. But more just like, it's unfortunate. No one ever teaches these things to these kids these days. Don't
but yeah.
worry, I'm here
Yes.
to help you.
So, it depends. It's up to Tharn how much he shares. But like, if you want to basically, as Mark, give them the bullet points of what Tharn shares, that's yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously, Tharn would tell you all of that information through the process of, I'm sure, being like, oh, so here, if he's just like, yes, it's a Rakshasa, it does this and that, and you being like, oh, okay, so he comes back to life. Actually, the way a devil comes back to life, but I would have shared all
Through this and that.
Okay. Sweet. Because this is honestly the first time the three of you heard, or the two of you have heard this information.
Yeah.
Or understand, like, heard the word Rakshasa, like.
Yeah. But
So
Tharn is basically just an angry, curmudgeon-y Adam Conover. Actually.
Going back upstairs real quick, I imagine you guys are probably trying to gather these bodies up and carry them upstairs. All right, so we cut back,
find a burial site. I don't know if
yeah.
there's a graveyard by the embassy or on the grounds.
There's not a graveyard by the embassy, but anyway.
Yes, take this job guarding this place. These are the people that died previously here.
Yeah.
That's why we need. That's why this job is open.
There's a lot of action happening there.
Hey, you know what this embassy in a D&D world needs? A lot of dead bodies and graves that can be raised. Really close by.
Yeah. We as we cut back upstairs to Ren and Nox in the discussion chamber, you ask the question to him, did Fike go with them? And you know that Fike is Nox. You know that Fike is back in the temple.
What? Oh, no. He went to go pray in the temple thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Seems a little bit focused, ponders that. That may be a good idea at this point. I may join him.
Yeah, I think that's and he'll just face plant into the table.
Just
Cringe slightly. Try to put something put a tablecloth, bunch up the tablecloth or something like that under his head, and then she'll go.
So when you do that and you put it under him, all of a sudden you hear.
Feel better, friend. And then just gonna go over to the
yeah.
tablet.
Knox took quite a beating in that fight. Poor guy.
He's the best. He's the best. We wouldn't have survived without him.
I'd have been fine.
Oh yeah.
I was 4 away.
Damn.
So as you open the large wooden doors that go to the open ceiling temple of Sarenrae with the large red, orange, and yellow, fiery colors, stained glass windows that go from floor to ceiling. Not that there is a ceiling, but floor to the top of the walls. With the light streaming through it, you can see Fike at the far end of the temple, at the top of the dais, kind of kneeling in front of the altar.
He's holding. He has in both his hands. He's holding the symbol of Sarenrae in one hand, and the bone staff is held aloft in both hands. And his arms are shaking. He's just holding the stuff up as long as he can.
Hey, Mike, can you get your microphone a little closer to your face? I can't really hear you.
That better?
So much better.
I gotta be on this shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need to adjust your settings for that, Mike, because it's probably not set correctly.
Oh, do I?
But
yeah, you're still really low, but I can kind of hear you now.
You probably don't have the full.
You're a little soft.
How about now? Is that better?
No.
Still low.
Better?
Same.
Worse?
Same. Yeah, it's got to be really close to it. You got to Beyonce that.
I'll just scream. Okay.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to watch him for a little bit and then eventually kind of step forward and take out her blades and kind of go nearby, but not enough to distract him, and set the blades in front of her and just kind of take a kneel to the I don't have
You're I gently walk up behind him and pull out my blades.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
No.
Roxanne!
To be fair, these things are the most holy wild mother things that she fucking has right now. So
I will end.
no one actually gave her a holy symbol. But yeah, just gonna.
Oh wait, I don't even think Nox has a holy symbol.
Nope.
I'll just
go next to him.
Haven't bothered to get one. But anyway, what are you doing, Ren?
Just gonna pray a little bit and kind of be a little bit less prayer and a little bit more frustrated, but trying to do something. And eventually peek over. Are you all right, Fike?
His one eye just opens up and just stares at her, and yeah, just frustrated, just upset.
I know that feeling well right now.
Don't beat yourself up about it. We know he's slippery.
Slippery is a word.
He's also a coward, but that's not here nor there.
Just frustrated that I could not stop it, though he attempted to get into my head again, and I will admit I'm somewhat tired of being used now, or of being tempted to being used.
I believe there's some magic item that stops people from appearing in your head, but that's. I have to look into that for you. That might be good.
That would be appreciated.
Are you praying?
Tempting to. Master Thorn gave me some pointers, is that the word? But I am still not very good at it. I attempted in the temple before as well.
And Fike takes his bone staff and just kind of moves it to the side, and he takes a symbol of Sarenrae and wraps it around one hand, and then he offers a hand out to her. So, if we're gonna pray together.
All right.
And then he takes one of the ribbons from his hand and he wraps it around her hand and her wrist. So we're kind of joined. And he just looks at her and smiles. And just nods his head and goes back to praying.
Doesn't quite smile at that, just kind of a lot in her mind, but eventually kind of closes her eyes and tries to focus. She was about to say something and then decides better against it and goes into it.
As you go to focus and put your head down, you guys hear a doof, 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 coming from the large front gate of the keep. As Tharn, Biero, and Shango are carrying bodies up from downstairs. And Nox,
I dropped my end and
were
pull out
able
my
to get
stick.
you were able to get your short rest in though. But by the time the pounds come to the large wooden front doors of the keep.
Yeah, I drop the body I was carrying and I take out my stick.
That's likely support. I'll try to get the body that I'm carrying at least into a respectful position before climbing upward.
The Seeker?
Likely the Seeker.
I'm gonna stand up and carefully untie the thing and then hold out a hand to help Vike up.
I'll take it.
Go open the door.
You go to open the door, Biero. As you get to the main gate and open it up, as it's not locked, you can see standing there at the front a stern-faced Seeker Asum, flanked by what looks to be 24 Imanian guards, all wearing looks like half plate with shields and spears and swords sheathed at their sides in formation.
Say thank you all for coming. Perhaps you want to come inside.
Indeed, says Asum as he comes inside and turns around to them, to the rest of the group, and says, scour the grounds, secure the area, report any irregularities back to me. And the guy who looks like maybe like a sergeant or something, and that's kind of looks at him and says, yes, Seeker. And he turns around and starts giving orders to guys like, you go this way, you go this way, you guys pair off and go over here. And it looks like they're beginning to go out and searching around the outside of the keep and things of that nature.
Help would be appreciated with your fallen brothers. As I point to the dead guards.
He nods and looks like he picks out 3 or 4 guys to go downstairs and get the rest of the bodies. The Seeker says, so, shall we? And he heads into the little main sitting area in the center of the keep there. Walks to the far end of the table. Hops up into one of the. Oh, sorry.
DM, do I recognize Seeker Assume? Was he one of the people?
He was not at the feast after the tournament. That's not really his scene. So I believe this would be the first time you're meeting him, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah.
Did he? Oh, we didn't meet him before the Godspell at all again, did we?
Yeah,
You guys have.
Okay.
Tharn hasn't though. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
As he kind of makes his way around the table, hops up onto one of the chairs at the end and says, so, you have a story to tell then, I guess?
Indeed. As you're likely aware, we were out near Fort Daxio working with resolving the issue with the bullets and the stone giants, which we seem to have done successfully. And
Oh, good. Laura informed me you were looking into that.
quite. So upon completion of that, we teleported back here, headed back to the keep, expecting to get some rest, and instead were set upon by what Master Tharn here calls a Rakshasa and some myriad agents that were assisting him.
I'm sorry, did you say myriad?
Indeed. And Tharn, I say Tharn has some
He begins to kind of stroke his chin a little bit. You can see like the gears turning in his head.
I take out the piece of skin that I tore off, and I go over and hand it to him.
Hello, I am Seeker Asum, and you are... He extends a hand to shake.
You may call me what you will, but my traveling companions here have settled with Dawn.
Very well.
Shake his hand.
You were one of their compatriots in the Gods Brawl, if rumor is correct.
Yes, I took part in that nonsensical bout of fisticuffs so that I might meet with the Taldori Council.
Yes, quite a waste of time and money, if you ask me.
Agreed.
He takes the...
I just look completely shocked at both of them.
He takes the filleted skin from you and examines it and says, "The myriad in Taldore. Disconcerting."
What is the significance of this myriad?
Well, you know of the clasp, yes?
Indeed.
No.
I'll explain later. The myriad would be their wild mountain counterparts. There's been a agreement between the two organizations for decades, some say centuries, to keep to their respective continents. To find agents of the myriad here is disconcerting.
Why would Basvir hire the myriad over the clasp? Who? The Rakshasa. His name, Basvir, is.
I do not have an answer for you as far as that is concerned.
Do we know that they were hired? After all, the Rakshasa is a devil. They do take in rapscallions of that sort into their service. There are those who worship such beings.
I'll raise a hand and I'll raise my hand and say, yeah, I found money on them. They were paid.
Well, yes, there was quite a bit of money on them, but that's not uncommon. People carry coins upon them regularly.
Nux, didn't you say it was like a very specific amount, though?
Yep, it was 1,000 apiece.
I'm not one that tends to believe in coincidences, Master Thon.
And surprised I would be the Rakshasa would join the ranks of the myriad. More of an lone operator he strikes me as. Not willing to go into subordinate ranks.
From what little I know of the creatures, that sounds correct. They don't have a problem with cohorting in organizations, they just like to be at the head of them.
Possibly he runs this myriad they speak of.
I am unaware of their leadership, so it's a possibility.
Unsettling that would be.
However, it seems you are none the worse for wear.
I look over at Noxus.
I'm okay.
Yes, they did not seem quite skilled in the weapons they were using.
Nothing a good long night's rest wouldn't cure.
Yes.
I believe the mental scars on our staff, though, are going to take a while to heal.
Agreed.
Yes.
I'm quite fine.
Yet escaped, I believe he has. Not I believe. He had escaped, I'm afraid he has.
Unfortunately.
Well, from what little I know of them as well, I only know through what my compatriots over the years have told me in dealing with such creatures, and that sounds consistent with what I've heard.
He's quite the spellcaster, unfortunately, and I'm not equipped for that sort of thing.
Most fiends are, from what I understand.
This is true. It is common,
Does-
especially at that level of devil.
Does the myriad stepping foot into Amon represent a greater threat to Amon from the myriad? Or do you think this is a one-time deal?
I don't know. And you know how little I say that phrase and how much it bothers me when I have to.
Of course.
Oh, if an agreement had been struck for the Myriad not to enter class territory,
And vice versa.
and vice versa, I do believe that them taking this job is a rather concerning course of action.
I would agree. Did you find anything on them that would explain such behavior?
There was the money.
Always a motivating factor for a rogue.
Did we find anything else besides just their gear?
I feel like there was something. I felt
No,
like
there
Wait.
wasn't anything
more.
else.
You found the medallion, but that's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell him about the medallion.
What
But I won't
medallion?
tell him, this thing, and I'll read what it says on it, and but I won't say how I know why. Or I'll just say the medallion and what's on the medallion.
May I? And he holds his hand out.
I hand it to him.
Takes it, examines it, looks at the front. Those of you with higher perceptions or insights recognize a moment of recognition on his face. As he turns it over, reads the back, hands it back to you, Noxus.
I take it.
Pulls out a pouch, reaches in, pulls out 3 more that look identical, and lays them on the table.
I look surprised. What significance does this bear? Where have these been found?
Have you heard anything about the rumors about sea trade routes being disrupted?
Yes.
No.
I have not, I
Well,
believe.
Master Thon, sea trade routes have been disrupted recently.
I've heard. You just mentioned that.
10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10.
I just shake my head, be like, oh my god.
We have only been able to get to 3 of the wrecks before they were unrecoverable, or where they were in areas that were shallow enough for our people to, with the help of a breathe water spell, go down and investigate. In each one of those instances, my investigators came back with one of these.
So I'm guessing the myriad have to do with this then, or
Oh,
That's the thing. I don't know that this is tied specifically to the myriad.
yet this medallion was found on the Myriad assassin.
That is fair, but the other 3 medallions that I possessed were not found on myriad assassins.
So DM, I remember asking you if I remember the guy who I got the medallion off of, and you said no, he does not look familiar. Is that that okay? I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. These ships, I guess I couldn't go into greater detail. Those that come back unharmed all come back with the same story. A ship coming upon it captained by a dragonborn coming upon them. Those that stop are boarded, given a simple ultimatum. If they comply, they are allowed to go free. If not, well, we've had to investigate several shipwrecks. The curious part is that none of them, according to my investigators, were sunk by traditional means.
What were they sunk by?
No cannonball holes or the like.
Another source you found?
Magic.
Possibly taking on too much water.
All possibilities.
Most likely.
Eventually.
And don't seem to be mutually exclusive.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. But every one of them says or repeats that same phrase that's at the bottom there. And he points to the section that says the winged storm. I am under the impression that might be the name of a ship. The one that is stopping these trade vessels.
Interesting. Does that name ring a bell?
No.
Okay. What other descriptions have survivors given of the ship, of the Dragonborn?
Just that the Dragonborn is the captain of the ship, has a calm demeanor about him, almost relaxing, and that whenever the ship arrived, each account always spoke of a gathering storm in the distance that appeared to be moving closer. Almost as if this captain could summon it or control it.
I'm giving a concerned look at that.
Was there ever a name given?
Of the captain?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Apparently he goes by the name Gator.
Just immediately looks at Noxus at that.
Huh.
An agreement was made between the class and the Marriott about the sea territory.
As far as I know, they don't claim possession of it. They tend to stick to the land. They're not pirates.
When do I do if they want to be?
I would not put anything past the ambitions of the heads of organizations such as those.
A brigand is a brigand on land or sea.
Agreed.
Certainly.
I don't know where you find this one, but I like him. He seems wise.
Just chuckling. Yeah.
In my time in the city, these folk and you seem to be the only ones that have any sense about them whatsoever.
Unfortunately, the only reason I would agree or disagree is because I know more people in the city than you do, though the ratio is not great.
Well, back to the point at hand. Lady Alora said that the trade routes were coming to deal with such a plight on the sea after we cleared it. So I assume within a few weeks there will be.
You watch him shake his head, kind of like, yes. They believe that there's some contraption that was developed in Craghammer that might be able to assist these ships, but I have little faith in it.
Do you know what the contraption does?
From what I understand, it's a combination of magic and what was the word Percy used? Science. A device. Science.
Science!
Where I come from, they are one and the same.
Some sort of Allura seems to think that the control of these storms can somehow be either be outrun, which is one half of what is supposed to be coming, or they can be, if they are indeed being controlled and summoned by this Captain Gator, then they can be dispersed somehow. So it's, I guess, some sort of cannon-type device that can launch a projectile into the heart of the storm and disperse it. I'm not familiar with many arcane things beyond those that I use in my activities and responsibilities as the Seeker.
There are natural magics which do have the ability to control the weather. One that I think of off the top of my head is control weather.
Makes sense.
Indeed. Yet, the storm is inevitable, in my experience. With you, I agree, Sikarsum. I do not believe that any contraption will be able to save these boats.
The only thing we have not yet been able to figure out is where this Captain Gator's ship makes berth from.
I would imagine some sort of a dock.
Or bay.
Do you know anything?
Which
Noxus?
probably has a
Island.
dock in it.
Would I
Not
know?
necessarily.
Would I know, DM?
I mean, you know where his old ship that was sunk made berth, and that was out of Wildmount.
We never went to this side of the.
No,
Of the
you
continent,
guys. Here, let me pull up the. You guys were mostly up in and around this area through these straits, hijacking ships that are trade routes between Tal'Dorei and Wildmount up there. You guys are currently over here.
Do I ever remember him talking about the Osmond Sea or anywhere in that area, or like
Wanting a
plans that he had?
franchise?
Yeah, like being so close to him, he would share stuff with me. So,
Make a history check. The only time you remember hearing him talk about the Osmond Sea was potentially retiring there. He said the seas were calmer and warmer.
You hath met him. Are you not able to scry on him, Noxus?
I just look at her with the widest eyes and like, what the fuck is your problem?
What?
Seeker turns and looks at you, Noxus.
Just
Yes,
kind of covers him
Noxus.
on it. Oh, sorry.
Seeing as how you've met him, can you scry on him? Thank you
It
took her a
being
second.
so forthright with this information.
I was waiting to be sure you wouldn't kill me. So yeah, thanks,
That
Ren.
depends.
So if
How
I
long
get
have you-
killed,
I have so many questions.
I bet you do. Oh, I bet you do. That's why I was avoiding this.
That's not helping you. I'm going to be honest.
All right. What are your questions?
Where to begin? When was the last time you saw this gator? How do you know him?
Last time I saw him was 4 days before I met these guys, which was how long ago? A year and a half, a year? Something
Approximately.
like that. Give or take a few months.
And how do you know this Captain Gator?
He'll go. I don't think I actually told the Knox's life story. So it's not a mystery that I'm draconian and I have a tail.
No.
I know, it's a shocker. So I had to live in a refugee camp for a very long time, and I wasn't treated well. And as soon as I was old enough to leave, I left. And I went and worked at some tavern at some port city where I worked under this guy who tried to tell me not to get involved with Gator. I don't know. Gator was just nice to me. He just told me stories, and I wanted to be like him. And so I snuck on his ship one day, and we were already in the middle of the sea when I realized who they really were. And I kind of didn't really have a choice at that point. I kind of fucked myself. So I just worked my way up and just did everything.
Wait, are you
that I
trying
had
to
to
tell
do.
me that you accidentally became a pirate?
Yeah. Pretty much. I thought he was a normal fucking sailor, all right? I didn't know he was a pirate, okay?
Well, the last time you saw him, what happened? Why are you no longer with this gator?
So, remember how like my arm was burned? So that's kind of tying into this. I went down into the deck to do my routine checks, making sure we had everything, and we were attacked by somebody. I don't know what happened. All I know is I was pinned down and there was fire and I was going to drown, and I just said, help me, and then I woke up on a beach. And that is, like, before I went downstairs, that was the time I remember talking to him. I don't know, we just had a drink, that was it.
And you thought what, he was dead? Until when?
Until I spied on him and saw he was on a
Saw what?
Saw he was on a boat doing what you've described. And I figured I'm going to have to take care of that eventually. And I've been trying to figure out I can go do that.
So found once you have him already.
Oh, not found. I didn't know where the fuck he was. I just saw that he was on a boat in a storm. And then I saw him talking to people. And that was it. I had no fucking clue where he was.
As a man who has many secrets of his own to keep, I'm not going to hold this against you, Noxus, in light of the different path that you appear to be walking. But I'm not going to lie, this is information that could be very useful to me in trying to save other merchant sailors of Amon.
I mean, I can do it again. That's kind of why I slept for a little while. When I saw this, I was like, I gotta figure out where he is.
Can you give me a description of the ship that he was piloting?
I mean, I can give you what I've seen. It's not much. I mean, I can try and scry on the ship itself now that I know the name. If
I
it is the
don't know
name,
that that's the name of the ship. It's just a hypothesis that I've been positing and playing with.
I mean, I can scry to give you some more information that I didn't have, but I'll give you everything I have. Pretty much what I've already told you is what I have.
Well, any information you can share at this point would be invaluable, I would say.
So yeah, I just tell him what I know, and as little as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, if you still want to scry,
is this
I
the
will.
same? When you sailed with this gator, Is this the same means by which he pirated in whatever waters you sailed with him in?
Is it?
You have no recollection of him being able to control storms at all. No, he was in no way.
Well,
shape,
no, that I know. That I know. But more along the lines of like what he did with people.
No, the MO that you're getting is not familiar. Like, he was just basically a traditional pirate. Like, give you a warning shot for you to stop. If you don't fight, he'll take your stuff and take stuff from you, leave you enough to get back to port and send you on your way. If you fought with him, he'd sink you
Kill you.
He'd sink you to the bottom of the sea and try to get as much stuff as he could before the ship went down.
So I tell him that, and I tell him that, yeah, I don't know what this is, but honestly, if I have a theory of my own, it could become.
Please do share with the rest of the class.
So, real quick, I'm a good guy, right? I just want to make that very clear.
And a loyal husband.
Well, trust me, I understand some of the greatest heroes come from a darker past.
Okay, good. Glad we have that on.
The trick is remaining on the right path.
Oh yeah, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. So remember when? Yeah, I think Seeker Assume saw me with a burned arm. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So the reason my arm and body was burned in that shipwreck, I was burned really badly, but I made a deal with someone.
Who?
Whom?
Yeah.
Katana just keeps her mouth fucking shut this time.
She just has 5 heads, and she's a queen of, dragons. No big deal.
Tiamat?
Oh, dude.
She
Names
who
have
must not be
power.
named.
Yeah, she who must not be named. Yeah, that thing. And I point to Shango's hand.
Yeah, I'm just like in the background doing all these animations.
Looks like a bad claymation.
Yeah, like back stop motion movie.
Yeah,
Why mustn't we name Tiamat?
Shush! Don't say her name. Don't say
Oh,
her name.
Tiamat?
Stop! Gonna get me killed.
But saying Tiamat wouldn't get you killed.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
She is locked behind the divine gate, Noxus. Even I know that story. Worry not about it. Anyway, what does this have to do with Gator? This burns on your arm.
So, we went to the Underdark and we went to get this artifact and to destroy it. We destroyed it. She told me to take it and take it as my own, and I told her no. And she hasn't talked to me since. So,
Not gonna lie, I'm impressed. That's pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
Yes, one does not lightly stand up to Tiamat.
Yeah,
And
it was
slowly
not fun.
takes out her journal and writes ballsy with question marks next to it.
I had done it multiple times, and I think this was like the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will. I don't know what the fuck a camel is, but I've heard the saying.
Also writes down straw that broke camel's back.
You shouldn't be harming
It's a Mercatian saying.
And she took my powers. She put me back to the position that I was in, where I was burned badly and I was useless. But I think she chose someone else, and she chose Gator to piss me off. Or, I don't know, to hit me where it hurts.
New champion of the Dragon You think
Queen.
Gator is?
Yeah. Unfortunately. I mean, when I was in my dreams and in my vision, there were many different things that she controlled, and storms was one of them. I mean, she's 5 chromatic dragons put into one. Blue controls lightning, so I don't see why he wouldn't have control of storms. Or I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, I don't see how he can control storms of that great measure. Maybe he said yes and has done a lot of bad things, so she gave him more. Like
the Stormlord will definitely bring him down.
Wait. What's the name of the ship again?
I'm
Winged Storm, we
assuming,
believe.
based on these medallions, it's called the Winged Storm.
What if that's just a dragon? Like it's
Possible that's
it's robbing merchant ships.
A blue dragon.
But a dragon
possibly that is.
containing a storm.
I haven't
Well-
received any reports of a dragon, and believe me, with the history of this city, I certainly hope that's not the case.
Clouding itself within the storm, it could.
Can dragons do that? I
Certainly
think
Dragons
am.
can do all manner of magics.
What he said.
Have the survivors didn't go through the storm. I mean, have you found any survivors?
From the wrecked ships? No.
Not a single one. Wow.
Nope.
That is not like Gator.
Oh, he was a much kinder, gentler pirate when you knew him?
As an oxymoron goes,
Perhaps it's not this Gator. Perhaps it's someone else simply carrying on the mantle of another pirate they once heard. Maybe the whole
No.
Gator thing is a crock.
No,
Good
it's
pirate
him.
Gator.
Fucking
Fuck
hell!
you. You know what? Fuck you.
I watched that
Wait,
the other
what?
day.
Oh.
With Red Pirate Roberts.
No,
I
the
didn't
gator
get
is a croc, like crocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
But you scryed on him, right?
Yeah,
Not just
it's him.
that would mean it was
Everything
him.
that you're describing, he's doing. I've seen it.
Well, this is new and valuable information, Noxus. I appreciate it that you would share it with me, though it seemed a bit reluctant at first.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna kill me. So
Have I given you
self-preservation-
the impression that I just kill people for no apparent reason?
Have
The
you ever
tattoos on
given
your
me-
face don't point away from it.
Secret
And
you
Have you
very
ever given
imposing,
me?
despite your stature.
Yeah, and have you ever given me the indication that you would kill somebody with this
And-
kind of?
Oh,
And
I've
if-
killed people before. Don't get me wrong.
And an apparent reason we have
But
given
I
you.
always have
So.
a good reason for it.
Yeah, and I would think being a pirate would be a good reason to be sent to the gallows, and I don't
Past
want
tense.
to do that.
Well,
One
I'm
of
not sure we
my
need to argue about
Past
this.
tense, one of my greatest friends in this world before he passed was a member of the Clasp.
Oh. Well,
That's a group
Past
similar to the
tense.
Myriad, yes?
Yes. You're picking things up quite quickly, Master Thorn.
Good boy, Thon.
Yes, well, I listen when others
Good
speak
boy.
of value that I wish was more present in others.
Agreed.
Mhm.
It's
well,
Well-
Seeker Assume, I feel.
I did not really expect Tharn and Secret Assume to get along so well, to be honest.
It's like, what the fuck?
100% honest with you. Ugh. But anyway.
I
Yes,
feel,
the ability to listen is a skill that often lacks in others. You can often learn more from listening than you can from speaking.
Yes, that's something I've been trying to tell people for quite a while. I'm glad that those in this group have have learned that. They were not the best at it when we first met, but they seem to be listening well.
I like this one. You should keep him around.
I'm gonna get a fucking drink.
At this point,
Like,
throughout this, Lena has been bringing in all matter of delicious hot cooked foods, and placed several jugs of wine and ale and mead and other various refreshments on the table.
Oh, thanks, Lena.
Whatever it is, I take it and I knock it back.
Shall we return to the matter? Converging all threats appear to be our hunt for the Rakshasa points towards the pirate crew. Your hunt of the past, Noxus, points towards the pirate crew. The troubles of the city point towards the pirate crew. A voyage to the sea, I believe, is in order for us.
So we're going to New Draconia.
I doubt that his base is out of New Draconia. It would be far too a distance to sail to be hitting trade routes coming in and out of Amon.
Seeker assumed that was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A hidden island, I expect, just off the coast of Iman.
I know of no
Unknown.
hidden
I have
islands.
difficulty understanding that.
Hence the hidden.
As well.
Here, and he's going to. He reaches into his pouch and pulls out a large map and lays it out on the table. That looks like this one.
Oh,
hey!
We are here.
Yes.
The only island chains I know of that would be within a distance for a ship to be hitting our trade routes would be to the south, around Dagger Bay. Those reefs are only tried by seasoned sailors. Though...
Perfect place to hide.
Though I don't know what, if any, sort of civilization is there, unless they were further south on the Visa Isles.
Well, Dagger Bay sounds like a place that he would go, because not everybody can. I mean, he's a pretty good sailor, so he would probably go in there where chased as easily if it is a dragon aiding him, not powers given to him. Because if it's powers given to him, he can go wherever the hell he wants. But
if the tide he can control, an especially good place to hide this is.
I would think that Dagger Bay would be the first place to look. If not, then we'd go to Visa Isles.
Well, that isn't... Are you volunteering to help Iman with this problem?
I mean, yes. Might as well. He's kind of my problem, you know.
He's our
problem. Jake's.
Our problem.
Well, the closest bit of civilization to Dagger Bay is Emerald Outpost. So, which is quite a distance inland.
Well, we can sail.
We have done it before.
We might find him quicker that way.
Wait.
On the sea.
A ship and.
We give us the best chance and wait for Alora's or Craghammer's whatever blow-uppy device. At least that if we tomorrow and don't have this, what was the point of us waiting? We could have at least give us the best chance by getting a ship armed with this device before we go out sailing the ocean for who knows, weeks, months.
When do we expect this device to arrive?
Well, from the delay with the stone giants, I am not expecting that to arrive for yet another 3 weeks to a month.
How many trade ships we expect to be attacked during that time?
There are trade ships, dozens of them coming in and out of the ports of Amman on it every day.
These attacks happen frequently?
Indeed. As a matter of fact, we had to deal with 3 other ships that were emptied of their treasures just while you were gone.
Act
So-
on it now.
Yes.
Then there's no way around it. Can't wait any longer.
With Noxus, I agree. Of great use, this device of Krakhammer might be, yet sitting here for weeks, letting trade ships be attacked and killed, I do not want to.
What if we did this? What if we went out on the next trade ship and it not be a trade ship, an ambush? For when they come, he finds us with the same amount of people or more.
How would
Ready
he know?
to-
It's a trade ship.
We'd go out in a trade ship.
Yes, but what are the odds that he's going to find our specific trade ship? Is my question. It is a vast ocean.
We go to wherever the
Don't
ships
say
have been
luck, because it's bad luck. So
Yeah,
Given,
I would say just go along the route that he's been attacking the most. Really, it's
yes. Giving
And I can
enough
scry.
runs.
Yeah, I can scry to see if I can see where he is.
Given
And
enough
then go
runs,
that way.
eventually we should run into him or him into us.
okay, so just quick race of hands. So we have a vote for people that want to go on a ship that's ill prepared, and then people that want to wait for Alora and Percy's fantastic invention, and then
Well,
go.
it's not Alora and Percy's invention.
Magic invention plus Percy.
Has Percival, as far as I'm aware, has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Percy's not coming.
You said science, so I assumed it was Percy. I'm sorry.
The only reason I referenced him is because he called the processes that are coming up with these contraptions science.
Okay, I apologize.
Science.
I am drunk. So show of hands. Who wants to go on the ill-formed?
I
Knox
raise my
raises
hand.
his hand.
Shane, go too.
And
I raise my hand.
Who would like to go? All right. And who would like to go on the fully equipped ship that gives us the best chance of survival? All right, cool. I'm going to my death. Fantastic.
You're not going to your death, Mike.
Like, we're not going ill prepared.
Absolutely, Fike. If you were going to your death, I imagine it would have happened up by now.
Yeah, remember you were in the hole and you did the ambush. That you should have died there, man, but you didn't. So you got luck on your side.
And Saren,
Back to
The
drinking. It's something I say out loud. Back to drinking.
Yes. Not a matter
Don't worry,
of
we'll
my
bring a
own.
lot. We'll bring a lot of rum.
if you don't have a ship, I'm sure I can work something out with the Dock Master. There may be a
Yes.
trade ship going out at some point soon.
A ship
think
and a
it'd be
crew is
better.
required.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if we go with the ship. For one, to keep up the looks, and two, we have a backup contingency plan to
I would
save
agree.
people.
It's you, Noxus.
Me?
I would imagine, and this is just the well-seasoned and trained and experienced mind of the Seeker that's saying this is all, but your secret weapon, all of you, is Noxus. He knows this Gator person.
Certainly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps you can use this relationship of yours to get close to him.
Gator might be interested in seeing you again.
Don't have a point.
Yeah.
I've done things like this before. Thank you. I believe they've been referring to you as Ren now.
Yes, Seeker.
Yeah. I don't know how much he would really want to see me again.
Were you on good terms before, as you put it, the ship exploded?
Thought I was.
Why would that change? He may be thrilled to see you, thinking that you're dead.
I believe Noxus is referring to his hypothesis from before.
No, not really.
No?
But go with that.
Even without Tiamat's knowledge?
I mean, that wasn't what I was thinking of. I am.
I'm sorry. But either way, Fike, this would not be the first fateful experience we have had. So perhaps fate will be on our side again.
Yeah. And heck, if it is a dragon and not Tiamat, he's gonna have a hard time wanting to kill me. So we're probably not gonna die right away.
Why would he have a hard time wanting to
I
kill
want to
me?
die quick. I don't. You guys think like I want this long drawn out death? I want to be snap gone. Like I don't want to feel anything. And I don't fucking care. I'm gonna. When do we set sail?
Not to die at all, I prefer at this point, but yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree with that one. I would prefer death not come to me now.
I need to go get like a box of rum because I need to be drunk most of the time.
Yes. I'm sure your combat skills and survival rates that will increase.
Oh, fuck you, Shango! I'll punch you in the face right now. Ren can't do shit anymore.
I'm gonna pour Fike some water and...
I touch Fike and I cast Lesser Restoration.
No!
Also, she winced slightly when he said you can't do anything anymore.
Your inebriation disappears from you.
No! More drinking.
As Tharn, you spend the second level spell slot.
Fear not, Fike. I'm here to make sure that you both don't grow ill from your drink, and also that you survive any sort of encounter you may come into.
Thorn, you scaly fuck. I love you to death, but when I am drunk, do not interfere with that. That is the one thing I ask you not to interfere with. Everything else, you're allowed to interfere with.
It seems that your compatriots were worried about your level of drink.
Well, maybe not in this exact moment, but...
I have what they like to call a problem. But I call it a solution. So please.
Well, if you should ever need counseling, I am a medical practitioner. We may talk at length about whatever is causing this and how it might be overcome.
And I will bill you later.
That is fair. Tharn just invented AA. That is canon.
Canon.
I have a 147-step program. Point by point.
You need to break it down to
He's going to use that coin for something.
A small number. 12 steps. I think you should bring it down to 12 steps.
Nice
That'll be
round
good.
number. Nice
12 seems far too small.
7, I personally prefer.
All of them involve the Wild Mother.
Curious I am.
Yes? Shango?
curious I am, Tharn. Say a dragon we do encounter, do you have special reservations of battling such a rare beast?
No, kill it.
How so? Dragons are themselves forces of arcane destruction. They wreak nothing but evil upon all, especially those in the chromatic form. They are not natural beasts.
Just
What about the
bad surprises I
magnet?
wanted to avoid.
Also, am I coming with you on this journey?
Do you want
You were
to?
talking as if you were.
If you want to.
Well,
Do you float,
Yeah,
Master Thon? That's what we're asking.
We're certainly not.
Well, I had
keeping
returned.
you-
I had returned here on our mission, and I did not know what next lay in store. It seems.
Come, friend, share your wisdom with us longer.
Far from cities, you would be.
Yes, going walkabout was what I had intended to do with the situation with the giants finished. Yes, I would be honored to continue to travel with all of you.
And it's settled. You're coming.
Sail about.
Good. I
But-
have not visited the southern coast in some time.
Well, it seems you all have planning and preparation to do, and I have soldiers to bury. But I will see you in the morning.
Oh, yes, we don't
You
have the.
do have a meeting with the council.
Yes,
That we do.
yes, we
Perhaps
do.
you can inform us of your final preparations then.
Yes, after our meeting
Um,
with the council, we shall seek you out, and we shall continue with all of this. Derolo assume that. I am glad to have met you.
The meeting was pleasurable on both sides, Master Thon. You have a bluntness about you that I find in rare stock in Amon.
There's no need to step around what one means to say. It only takes more time and makes conversation more convoluted. If people just said what they meant and meant what they said, we would all be better off.
Unless you're trying to convolute the situation. That can also work to one's benefit, Master Thon. Well, I have work to do. I will see you all in the morning.
Before you leave, as we take our preparations, it's safe to that we can say on behalf of the council, we are doing this mission. So, can you help us out? We go make preparations.
I will make inquiries to the dockmaster and what contacts I have down there, and hopefully in the morning I will have something for you. That is, if you don't have your own ship or access to a ship.
Currently, we do not have.
We do. The folding
We
boat.
do.
No, we don't.
Yet
It's
no.
not a merchant ship.
No,
it's
it
just
is
a
not, I
regular
suppose.
ship.
And no crew we have.
It is true.
Yes, no crew. Yeah, we're gonna need a crew. And we don't have the money to pay a crew.
Ren, you're trying to fuck up Nox's retirement plan.
No, that is our safety if this one goes down. We have another boat that can
That's our
save
life
all.
raft.
Yes, it's our life
Yeah.
That is our
Well,
longboat. God forbid.
If you will excuse me, I have things that need to be taken care of before the morning.
Of course. Thanks, Seeker.
He takes the flagon of mead that he'd been sipping at and finishes it off before he hops down out of the seat and exits the room that you guys were in, gathering up the soldiers that he brought with him, and disappears out the front door of the keep.
You are all quite correct. That Derolo is a nice man.
That's not Derolo.
What?
That's not Percy.
Seeker assumed that was.
That's
Who's
Seeker.
Percy?
That's Seeker Asum Emery. I stand up, I kick a chair, I go, fuck! And I walk out of the room.
That was not. I thought this place was. You said it was an embassy of your friend Dorolo.
It is.
Yes, he's not here. He's in Whitestone. But I have
Why
something.
was I assumed that that man was Dorolo? Assume.
No, the Seeker is a
No.
member of the Council of...
He's a member of the council?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
Hence
did we
you
not
said-
give him the whole... Assume! And I go running after him with the paperwork.
He is long gone.
I was wondering why Tharn didn't jump on it earlier.
I hadn't met him before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, right?
Yeah.
Don't. Darn. Calm yourself. It's okay. We will
My
see
entire
you
approach and
tomorrow.
interaction was based off of the fact I didn't know he was a council member, and I didn't know that his name wasn't also. I assumed when he said Seeker Assume that his name was Dorolo Assume. No one's told me otherwise.
That's funny.
After a moment,
That's fair.
You're talking about people I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's kind of like once he said like I'll see you in the morning, I expected him to jump on it, but
Well,
Might
I
have been
actually said yes. After our council meeting, we'll come find you.
oh, after I didn't. Yeah,
I didn't even hear
Yeah,
that.
when he said
No, I
that,
said
was
after
like,
our council meeting, we will talk with you about this.
Oh, your mic got out there. I didn't catch it.
yeah. After a moment,
I thought you
Ren's
just-
gonna kind of like look down a moment and look over to Noxus and... I'm sorry, I was too forthcoming. My thoughts are muffled. I'm going to go rest. And she's gonna walk out and head up to her room.
I gotta take care of that too. So I'll stand up and I will go to Fike's room real quick, wherever
Okay.
the heck he went. Try and find him.
All right. So you're gonna go talk with
Yep.
Fike. Is there any other stuff you guys would like to do, or any other conversations you guys would like to have, or something before you retire for the evening?
I wanted
Just
to...
in
Go ahead.
So, go ahead, Tharn.
Oh, just in passing, I was just going to walk up to Noxus and go, you know, dear boy, being a former pirate, it's good that you gave up that life, but, well, listen, all of us can be... In my youth, I got up to some things of a rambunctious nature as well. You must simply put those things behind you.
I am trying.
Good luck.
Thought I did until this.
Are you going to be a pirate again now?
I sure hope not.
Well, then you put it behind you.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I am
Totally.
correct.
You are very correct. Absolutely.
Barnes therapy is the best.
you just completed the first 12 steps.
Congratulations.
Only
Here's your
100
Out of the baker's dozen.
more to go.
Yeah.
Here's your first pin.
So yeah. So
I
you're
wanted
going
to get-
to find Fike. Anybody
Yeah,
else
and
have?
I also wanted to get everybody together, like we go off to the council.
Okay.
Or before we go to bed.
Yeah. I don't know if you like have dinner with everybody or.
Yeah, I
that's,
was
yeah.
thinking
If you guys,
I was thinking around dinner.
kind of freeform at this point. So
Yeah. Okay.
So if you guys wanna, you guys will get back together for dinner. Knox, you go off to find Fike real quick. So we'll do that real quick. So, Fike, where were you headed when you left?
I'm in the foyer lounging area, glass of red wine in my hand, not drunk, like reasonably sober, thanks to Tharn.
Up here by the fireplace.
Yeah. That was not my intention though. But
Okay.
yes, I'm.
I will grab a bottle of rum, and I'll put it on the end table next to us,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just look at him. So you know I'm gonna need you for this, right?
Yeah, of course, Nox. I know you're gonna need me for this.
No. Not like a physical saving type thing. I'm gonna need you for this.
Yeah, That's what I meant.
Okay. That still doesn't mean I can't be there for you.
No,
So
I know. I only had to do it once so far, but it's really hard to like face your own personal demons. So I understand it's gonna be very taxing on you. The same way you were there for me, I will be there for you. And no matter what happens, I'm with you 100%.
good. So, how is Fike? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this more often. You're not getting away with it anymore. Especially being your husband, I have to check in on you.
See, I don't know why you just don't love me. It's at this point you're already admitting it yourself. I'm just trying to convince Knox into marriage now. I'm fine. I wish we'd wait till Alora's or the Craghammer invention showed up, so we'd be a little bit more prepared. God forbid something happens. Even if it doesn't work, we can shoot it at the ship. I would have liked that. I'm very proud that you made such a case for yourself. I'm very proud for that. I'm concerned that Bren is beating herself up, and I want to check on her. And I'm kind of upset that we're not going to Whitestone right now.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Whitestone too.
If you guys said like, "Hey, give us 3 days," like we could have fucking went to Craghammer and Whitestone, and we could have done a whole bunch of things. But you guys are so gung ho. We're like, "Oh, we got to go tomorrow." Like our time, we don't have anything on our docket we need to take care of. But it's fine. It's fine.
Like you with coming to Amon and dealing with what's his face and the keys and all that. I have put this off too long. I realized I need to take care of this now. Fortunately.
I know you feel that way, but you wouldn't run into combat with a blunt sword. You would sharpen that shit first. And I felt like we had a sharpened sword coming, and we just were running out beforehand. You know what I'm saying? You could have had a finer edge on this. I think we're going to. I mean, if it's a if he's anything like you, he's going to be a challenge, a formidable one. But I hope.
Well
I hope we're not making a mistake.
Well then, let's say this is a recon. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. We report back.
You know, Shango's not going to do that, and Seeker Asum wouldn't want us to do that. That Shango is, I mean, amazingly handsome, but beautifully thick-headed when it comes to things. That if he sees it, and he's not going to go, "Let's act later." He's going to go, "Let's act now." And what's the reason that we don't act now? We don't stop now. We don't stop the thousands of merchants from dying. The same case that I was pitching for waiting for the item to show up. He's going to have the same rhetoric for that. But I don't care.
Well then maybe we need to have a discussion at dinner as a team, not as individuals.
We've already made our decision. We've already told Seeker Asum. It's carved in stone. He's going to bring it up at the council meeting tomorrow, and then we're on our way. I tried to make a case for it, but
well, unfortunately, it didn't seem like Seeker Asum was just to tell him no.
I understand that, but
So I think we were put between a rock and a hard place, regardless.
I mean, he's very intimidating, but I could have said no to him. That's why I was drinking, so I could tell him to go fuck off. But of course, Thon had to do his thing and fuck that up. He's so well intentioned, but he's just a piece of shit when it comes to a good time.
Don't worry, when we're on the boat, we'll change that. We'll have some fun. But you are right about one thing. I do believe Cortanis is beating herself up, and I need to go apologize for the look I gave her. So I will do that. You, on the other hand, don't get too drunk before dinner, and you're good, man.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Fike Noxus leaves you with the mostly still full bottle of rum by the fireplace.
It's gonna stay that way.
As he disappears towards one of the circular stairwells to head upstairs. Before Nox goes and talks to Ren / Cortanis, Bureau, Shango, Tharn, anything you guys need to do before dinner?
I'll probably just spend some time playing.
Playing your loot?
Yep.
Okay. Shango, nothing?
I'll just imagine running into Nox on the way to Renato's room.
Okay.
Just because it's fun.
All right. So, like, as you're going up the stairs, or you're going down the stairs, Shango, he's going up the stairs.
Yeah. Noxus.
Hi.
Like we're heading both the same direction, right?
Yeah, mine's quick, so I'll be in and out.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
To meditate, I was going with Renata. Would you like to join us?
First time for everything.
Alrighty, as you guys are making your way down the hall of the upstairs, you can hear, for the first time since probably the last time you guys were in Turst, you hear the sounds
Oh no,
of...
not Turst, because she didn't have it by then. It would be like downtime in Whitestone.
Oh, since the last time you guys were in Whitestone, probably. You hear the sounds of the Salakine coming from Ren's room.
How does it sound? Like rather soothing and nice, or very
make a
aggressive and
performance
angry?
check, Renata.
Like it's a violin type thing, so it's not like...
We'll see how she does.
Actually have...
You can play very different songs on a violin, right?
That's true.
Well, it's if
it's more like a practice tune, so it's probably like...
Yeah.
16. It sounds... Yeah, it's a practice tune. It's like someone
quick
doing
and kind of like going up and down scales and stuff like that, and trying to go.
But it's
real.
relatively smooth. I mean, she's obviously nowhere near the skill that Bureau has with his lute or anything like that. But it's definitely not like it's also definitely nowhere near like a kid with a recorder in music
It's not
class.
like a soul. It's not like a soul type practice. It's more like someone actually like working on their strength of arm strength and dexterity. That's basically like it doesn't have like the heart to it, but it has a little more like fast paced.
But the notes are all like repeating from a practice song.
Yeah, kind of.
Exactly. But as you're doing that, Ren, you hear a soft tap at your door.
Oh, as for tapping at the door, I look at Nox like, fitting for her, ever in practice.
I'm gonna stop quickly and enter and put it away.
The door gets pushed open, and you can see the forms of Shango and Noxus filling the door.
Kind of look from Noxus to Shango, and then back to Noxus, and looks down.
And they pull out their swords and...
Well, actually, no, I pull out my spear.
I pull out my scimitar, my shield, be like, we are here.
Finally, our plan has come to fruition.
Noxus, I'm sorry.
A private moment you would like...
No.
Yes?
Don't need one.
No? Okay, I'll step away. To like an open window or something close by in the hallway.
I'll peek out. I'm like, Shango, I said no. You can stay in here.
Oh, I misheard you then.
Kind of looks
I heard just
awkward.
my own.
A little more awkward, looks away. I'm sorry, it was not my story to tell, Noxus. My thoughts have been quite
It's all
muddled.
right. My biggest thing is I just didn't want to die. I was going to tell him, just trying to figure out if he was going to kill me if I told him. So,
No,
didn't. We're good.
I did not even think about that, but I would protect you. You are not. I'm sorry, it was still not my place.
It would have been fun to be on the run from the Amani soldiers. That'd be fun.
You have an interesting definition of fun.
Well, just know it's okay. We're still here. And now I have to go face my adopted dad. That's going to be fun.
Again, an interesting definition of fun, but I understand we are here for you.
Yeah, I've been kind of dreading this for a long, but it needs to be done. And regardless if we wanted to do it or not, I don't think Seeker Assume will let us say.
No, I suppose not.
But we definitely all need to have a family meeting and get all grievances out. Because not everyone agrees with the plan at the moment, but we need to actually come up with a sound plan.
The quotation marks, why? A family we are no longer?
I never really had family dinner, so.
Did we not before Fringe's Crest?
You're the only family I've ever done that.
Yes, but confused I am by your emphasis of the family.
Well, I mean it as in the sense of like it's going to be more of, it's not going to be like a family dinner. It's going to be more of like, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Planning, more of a strategic planning thing.
That is fine.
So we got to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's. So
takes out a journal, writes that down.
Getting a lot for that journal
Do you
today.
cross your eye? Do you
So
cross
many
your
questions.
T's and dot your I's when you write that down?
Yes.
There's no dotting much of anything. It's like script. It's very old handwriting.
Yeah.
Ye old
that was
handwriting.
actually really funny.
So you guys go about your meditation.
No, actually,
No?
I don't know.
Okay.
Nope.
Actually, if he brought it up, I don't know if.
Yeah.
he's
So
gonna-
Sorry.
I
go
didn't
ahead.
want to. I just didn't want to interrupt the two of you. Very, very fitting this is for the next part of our journey.
Jenny. The meditation.
Indeed.
Just kind of awkwardly looks to the side. Could we perhaps delay that for now?
If you wish, certainly.
Oh man, I actually was looking for. Oh well.
You're still welcome to join me, Noxus. Some time we have before family dinner.
Sure.
Yes, you should.
Why not?
Certain you are, Pernell?
Yes.
Renata? Cardenas? I don't know anymore.
Like cringes
What is
slightly
it?
that.
What is it a name, Shango? What is it a name?
Just not now, please.
Alrighty. So,
Okay.
Shango and Nox, you guys retire to one of the higher towers where Shango goes over the same meditation techniques with you, Noxus, that he's gone over with Renata many a time, asking you to concentrate on everything and nothing and breathing exercises and things of that nature.
Good stuff.
Yes. Some time passes. Eventually, you guys have some time to yourselves to relax after your long journey with the bullets and everything, and coming back and having to deal with Bazvir and the assassins. Some of you have time to bathe and maybe put on some clothes that aren't covered in your own blood.
Always good. Always good time.
Yeah. But eventually, after the sun goes down, Lena calls you all to dinner, as she has quite the spread set out in the central dining area, as all of you come to sit around the table. All six of you. As
I
Lena
just ate. There was all that food put out earlier. I'm full now.
You will eat
It was already dinner time.
He destroyed his dinner with the slow eating of the fruit earlier.
Yeah, Lena says, "Oh, I'm gonna fatten you up yet, Mr. Tharn." As she pushes you into your chair. And...
She pushes me into my chair. My 450-pound frame breaks it.
Lena's swords come out.
Yep.
It's a sturdy chair. It's magically enchanted. It's impossible to break. But as Lena informs you that she sent the rest of the staff home for the day, as they've had quite a trying couple of days, and that she's received word that Percival is to arrive at the keep in a couple weeks or so to look over, bring a stock of replacement guards and look over the keep and see what needs to be fixed and taken care of and stuff. But for now, she just let you know that the rest of the staff was sent home for the night, as they've had quite a trying couple of days. But leaves
DM?
you to your... Yes.
One thing, rewinding back earlier when Barn was doing nothing, I would have been medically checking on these people that I don't know.
Yeah.
Who just came walking up and they're like, I've been tied up for 2 days. And I'm just like, let me look at you.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of do this and then they're fine.
Yeah. We'll say you spend 3 first-level spell slots to...
Whoa, I didn't say that shit.
It's just all placebo.
He has a healing skill.
There's clericing and there's doctoring, you know what I mean?
All right,
He's
so you're
rapping
using
shit.
your medicine skill to administer first aid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all placebo. He actually doesn't do anything. He just sassy does things.
I just talk to them until they go, I'm fine. Actually, I'm... no, I'm feeling great. Bye.
You're bleeding? Knock it off. Stop. What do you have, internal bleeding? Knock it off.
But you all find yourselves around the table as Leno leaves you your spread and says she's going to be retiring for the evening, and to just leave your plates and she'll take care of everything in the morning. But the 5 of you sit around the large table as you come together.
5?
6.
Sorry, 6. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, wait.
Everybody sits down. Tharn just gets up and walks away.
I walk away.
I walk away.
This is Postman's plan.
Oh, roast chicken. Fantastic.
Are you alright, Fike?
No would be my short answer, but I've already expressed my grievances. It seems to be a moot point at this point. I don't think there's changing your minds, and what we've already said has been set in stone. So,
Of course, you're not to join us.
I'm not gonna let you guys die without me. Yeah, we're facing pirates, and I happen to be the group, so yeah, I'm kind of needed.
We have fought pirates before. This shall be no different.
No, this will be very different.
They were.
I was trying to be
undead
optimistic.
Oh, they were undead skeletons. I wish I would fucking cut a swath through undead skeleton pirate bullshit. But these are like pirates.
Looking over. Oh yes, that happened, Bierotharn.
Undead pirates, yes.
Should we give them the
Sounds quite
highlights?
harrowing.
Should we give them the highlights of what we done before we met them?
Though actually, we did
You know,
for
the undead
Biero.
are an abomination.
We did,
did
for
for
Biero.
Biero.
Yeah.
You did for
So
Biero,
Biero
yeah.
actually knew about the probably the Rakshasa. I forgot about that whole long talk we had with him.
Yeah, you guys did during your downtime in Whitestone kind of
Right.
give him the, you guys swapped stories about, we went through this, we went through that, we had this challenge, that challenge, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is how I've come to my mighty rod.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard and firm, and it's full of magic.
Indeed.
Ladies
Just
and
like
gentlemen,
some-
our Laura Bailey of the
Never gets old.
He ain't that pretty.
Whoa. Oh.
There's about 3 people here that's gonna whip your ass, Don. Look at his
True, though, I
ass.
can't complete with Laura. He's right, though.
I'm only right.
So the reason why this is a little bit different is one, I don't know if I've told all of you, but I know I've told a selective number of you. Gator is he's kind of my dad in a way.
In what way?
In a way that I didn't have one, and he stepped in and just did that job. Like the dad I always wanted that I didn't get. So I actually still kind of like the guy. And this kind of sucks.
Do you think
So he is your adoptive father?
Yes.
You think he can be swayed at all?
I have no idea.
Well,
If
if he values the bond as much as you do, then maybe he'll change his mind. And if he doesn't, then we've gotten some closure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But not only that, there was some really good guys on that, and a lot of them were like me. Wrong place, wrong time. Didn't realize what they were getting themselves into. Bad people. I mean, Gator wasn't a bad person, and I from what I've seen, from what I've heard, this doesn't sound like him. And it's just going back to maybe all these old faces and potentially seeing someone different in old skin.
A different person who you believe he is now? Guided
Perhaps he was
by possessed.
I mean,
Guided.
I wouldn't even consider myself a pirate. It's just I was guilty by association. Whenever something happened, or whenever we were to go and take over a ship, he would always send me down below deck. I was never involved. I knew what he was doing. I wasn't stupid. But he specifically kept me away from life. And I knew he had a very strict not killing people unless it's to protect ourselves. Like, this
Appears that policy has changed.
Wait, so is our policy not to kill anyone on board and just subdue them? Unless they mean to kill us? Is that...
I would like that.
Are these others also followers of Tiamat?
I don't even know if he's a follower of Tiamat.
Redemption, you believe Gator deserves?
I believe everyone deserves redemption.
He's learning. He's fucking learning.
So a chance they shall get.
I mean, if I got a second chance, why shouldn't he deserve it?
Because he's a pirate.
Hey!
So
was I. You're talking about.
Yes. Well, so a chance they shall get, yet resolved you are if the chance they do not take the sorry, words are escaping me. Yet resolved you are if the chance they do not take, they will get what they deserve.
If it comes between, you guys already know my answer.
I'm glad to follow your lead on this, Noxus.
It's also tricky. I mean, it's also tricky with stuff too. Gator being a Ravenite, if I kill him, word gets out, no Ravenite will respect me or listen to me.
So if we kill anyone, everyone needs to die.
Well,
yeah.
So you think him being a Ravenite overshadows him allegedly killing innocent traders?
Yeah.
Certainly, I would hope the folk of New Draconia has more sense to separate these things.
Would it make you feel better if one of us killed him instead?
No. That would be worse.
So then you would like to kill him?
I would like to redeem him. But if it comes down to it, I guess I would have to.
Sorry, my friend, this isn't an easy situation at all.
No.
No.
It is not.
I mean, my asshole dad died in Draconia, the one I didn't want, the one who was a dick every chance he could be. Or at least I thought. I don't know. I didn't really even know my dad.
Wait,
and
you never told me he passed away.
Yeah, my real dad died in the fall of Draconia.
I kind of just reach my hand over and I just grab his and hold it.
Sorry to hear that, I am.
Yes, I believe I heard something about a place called Draconia falling. Seemed to be both literal and figurative.
Indeed it was. It was not the same. And my dad was stupid thinking he could take a crew of Draconian knights to defeat a white ancient dragon. I think I got the smarts of the family from my mother.
It might be dumb, but that
And
is a noble deed.
yeah,
No choice he might have had.
I just learned recently that Amon was also attacked by a dragon.
Several
Very
dragons.
good, Thon. Very good.
I wouldn't say it was good. I dislike the city dwellers, but I do
No,
not want a
no, you
dragon
recalling
to
that
kill
information
all of
was
them.
very good. Very good, Thon. Very good.
The burden we are giving Noxious, we usually cannot choose. So your father, while I have not known him, might not have had a choice but to go into confronting this dragon.
I'm starting to see things differently as being a follower of Bahamut. But I'll do the hard thing that needs to be done if it comes to it. But I want them to be redeemed. I want them to have a chance. I don't know how much of that would be when they come to shore. I want them to have a second chance.
I kind of
And
look
certain-
around. I believe that I can speak for everyone here when I say that we shall do whatever we can to aid in that endeavor.
Indeed.
I have not known you long, Dragonkin, but in the time that I have known you, you have seemed a stalwart and stern person of good and just intent. I'm sure that when faced with the moment, you shall rise and do that which you know to be best.
Thank you, Thorn. Well, I got what I needed to get out. Now we need a plan.
I am going whoring tonight, and then I'm going to get rum in the morning.
I like that plan.
Might I
Okay.
speak with you before you go out, Mike?
What?
I presume you are not leaving right now, are you?
I mean, I'm gonna attempt the door before I leave, but yeah. Why?
Oh,
Just
the
before-
door.
Just
That is not on the back burner. That is on the front docket of my shit to
Oh.
do.
As soon as we're
certainly.
done with dinner, we're going to do that.
Forgot
But-
myself. I just have about the door.
But well, yeah. I mean, there was pressing matters. People were hurt, and there was a Rakshasa, and then we had meetings. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get laid for like weeks on the ocean, so I need to take care of that real quick, and then we need oranges and because pirates are always talking about scurvy. I don't know what oranges have to do with fighting off scurvy, but that's something I'm gonna do.
They possess vitamin C, which prevents the lack of citric acid in the body, which causes scurvy, a condition in which muscle and bone weakens due to vitamin inefficiencies.
You have been to see
That's
much,
urban.
Masathon.
I'm sorry, I mean magic.
The Mask of the Wild Mother.
Nox, if I can make a suggestion, between now and the time we actually come across him, you may want to be scrying on Gator as much as possible to get a sense of how he's behaving and whether there's anything of the man left that you knew, or if he's going to try to pretend to be something he's not when we get there.
Second that I do.
I will do that.
It's gonna make him significantly harder to kill. It's a lot harder to kill someone close to you than not. Just letting you know that. That is the actual definition of a double-edged sword.
Don't do it, Tharn.
I was waiting.
I haven't been able to hear it. I haven't been able to hear most of what he's been saying, so I have no idea what you said.
There is a way, Mark, it might help if you can go in the Discord and right-click on his name in the little general chat thing. You can change his personal volume and raise it. It might help you a little bit.
Yep.
There's like a user volume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It
can
might-
do it
I
for
have-
every.
Try
I
it
have
out,
his
Flake.
cranked all the way up, so
Yeah,
Try it now, Fike.
you can
Try
change
it
it
now,
for
Fike.
everybody.
I can hear you a little better
You
now.
just
Yeah.
need to put it
All right,
closer
there you
to
go.
your mouth.
just put that shit in your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Beyonce,
just
Beyonce
eat
that
it.
shit.
Whoa.
Beyonce.
Whoa.
Eat it.
Whoa, what are we saying about
As
the
somebody
queen
who as somebody who professionally uses microphones, that's a thing for me where it's like,
Mm.
you know, proper
Same.
proper mic etiquette.
Yes, proper mic etiquette. Don't drop it. Don't completely eat it, but Beyonce that shit.
Beyonce, that shit.
And I can hear you better. now.
Under my umbrella, Ella.
There you go. See,
That is
better.
Rihanna.
Beautiful.
great.
Well,
Oh.
I need to put my personal feelings aside. I am the secret weapon, so I have to do what I have to do.
You're gonna be the secret weapon for a lot of stuff in our future, so don't let the secret out.
What? See, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm confused.
Same.
So,
Oh,
sorry, go ahead.
it's the plan. I assume first a ship and a crew we have to secure.
I think Seeker Amon is, or Seeker Assume of Amon.
Derulo,
is,
I believe his name is.
Right.
No,
right,
no, different one.
Right. I believe he is taking care of that, and
Yep.
we will have one in the morning.
Then supplies we will have to find. Oh, to sea we will have to set.
Yeah,
And
I think that.
I think
would be
Tharn
the
said, or not Tharn. Assume said he was going to try and take care of that all for you.
The
Mhm.
Yeah.
biggest ship and
Um,
the widest sails.
I am certain I'm not. If more than that we can do to prepare.
Well,
As unfortunate as it might be, the cards are in Gator's hand, as he has to be the one finding us, since we cannot find him. I believe.
well, you could probably, I don't know, talk to the Stormlord, see what's going on in the atmospheric disturbances. I don't know how for you guys, but maybe you can ask Horde.
Try that, I certainly will.
You
And
could also
ask
try.
for favorable winds.
I
You
will
could also try
ask
reaching
Horde.
out to him directly and saying, "Hey, why not meet us here on your boat?"
And I'll
Challenge,
look
I
to
like it.
Bureau. I'll look to Bureau, and I'll say, "Are you down to do that if I tell you what he looks like?"
Sure, I'll do what I can.
I could
Alright.
also contact him if need be.
I mean, like, what if we say, like, hey, it's Nox on this sweet merchant ship. If you're alive, come to X location and destroy it or pirate it or whatever. Like, you're giving him the hookup, and then
Ooh.
we fuck him up.
Hey, come over here and rob the ship I'm on. It's totally not a trap. Okay, bye.
A direct challenge. That idea I like.
I think I would like to try the more son-father approach first.
Certainly.
I haven't talked to him in a year, and I think it might be a shock if he does care about me. And if he doesn't, then I'll know what way to go.
We need like a code word that's like, kill everybody or don't kill everybody.
Bubbles.
Bubbles is what?
Bubbles?
Don't kill everybody or kill everybody?
A suggestion I have:
Don't
attack
kill everybody.
means kill everybody.
Well, it's got to be secret. They can't know.
I would presume right after the code word we attack.
Right. So bubbles means don't attack.
Apparently not good at war I am.
Or like the bubbly, as in champagne. You know, bubbly, champagne, don't attack, celebrate. Or how about this? The rum is dry.
Or how about don't attack, we come in peace?
I mean, yeah. Well, no, I'm saying the rum is dry is what attack.
I like the rum is dry. I think that's a good one.
May I borrow a page of your notebook, Renata? I have to write this down.
Yeah.
You can't rip pages. Wait, Ren, you can't rip pages out of that. It's magic.
Oh, right.
Okay. I shall use the back of my spellbook.
By the way, for the sending, it's a creature. It has to be a creature that you're familiar with. And seeing as how, other than Nox, none of you have ever met Gator.
If I know what he looks like, we could do this.
What's
his favorite food? How long are his fingernails?
Yeah, this is not Laura Bailey's sending. This is.
But does anybody ever really know somebody?
Yes. Are you ever really familiar with somebody?
Yes.
You have to have stared in his soul.
I think once you've had sex with somebody, you're.
I think you're making a lot of connections.
I don't know.
I
in my day.
Back in my day.
Can you imagine, like? Can you imagine you could? Okay, never mind. Yeah. Bring back.
Anyway.
Cats a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You can only spy with people you've boned.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's like, whoa. You can only message people.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
Herding cats. Swear to God. It seems like you guys have a plan. Is there anything you would like to do before you go to sleep tonight?
Sure.
Did want to talk to Fike before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of dinner, I guess, like eating a little while at the end of dinner, I also had a thing for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while we're still at dinner, go ahead, Chango.
Yeah. A good time this might not be, I feel, yet pressing question this is on my mind. Not just Noxus, but most of us, I feel, we have gone through changes, falling different directions. Before I go there, may I ask, Noxus, while you have lost the powers, does it feel different now? If you think back, and if you wield the arcane now,
Is it different? How? Mean?
Try let me. If I do this and I let some sparks fly through my fingers, I can feel the power coming from within me, searching through my chest and heart and out these fingers. Similar you feel when you give me wings?
No. Not at all.
May that what it be. Let me ask, how have you and Renata and Fike, and I'm not sure about you, Biaro and Thun, how have you found your way again after your directions have changed?
Well, I found a new task to focus on and found a new purpose through that.
Have you ever felt that task was not what you believed it to be?
Sure.
And yet you still pursue the task?
If I believe it to be important and right and my duty.
Interesting is this. Thank you, Bureau.
Certainly.
You gotta follow your heart no matter where it goes. Whether it's damnation or absolution, the process is which is it leads you to something great or something terrible, and you don't know it until you take that. That's why they call it faith. That's what you need to do, is have faith.
So you would follow even if the destination is a terrible one?
Yes. I've followed you guys to terrible places. I followed Shango, I don't know if you remember this or not, but we went to the fucking Underdark because you said some crotchety old man, God rest his soul, said to go to the Underdark.
The high realms here, Esco, yes.
Yes. I was referring it for the other people in the group, but yes.
Yes, I really meant he's not the crotchety old man. He was the high realms here, Esco.
Right.
But anyways.
But yes, if you deem it important, which you did at the time, I'd follow you all into the. I'd crawl on my 9 hells for you guys, knowing that means certainty of destruction and doom and death and despair, of course. But you have to have faith that we're going to make it out of it.
Your people, Shango, went to a terrible place when they came to Amon to aid us when Thordak was here. And they did it because it was important and good. And look around to see the result. Sometimes going to terrible places is worth it.
Indeed. Yet, how do you know that the reason you go to the terrible place is the right reason? How do you know that the target you've had is the target you should have?
You can only do your best with the information that you're provided. You
I
have
don't
to
think
know
you
that.
understand what faith is, Shango. Sorry to interrupt, Hero.
No.
That's what faith is. Believe you're doing what is right.
There comes a time, young one, when you need to have some time off from that emotion. A chance to pick your heart up off the floor. When that love comes down without devotion. But it takes a strong man, baby. But you must show them that door.
Thorn, I'm offering you a high five
right there.
Oh.
Ye old Melora proverb.
I believe it was Saint Wham. That's
first got that.
You're halfway there. You're living on a prayer.
I see.
Oh.
Guys, be serious. Shango's having a conflict of interest. he's having a religious crisis. We're making fun.
Oh.
Shango, as one who has spent over 2 centuries dedicated to that which is truly divine, You cannot know what path it is that you are meant to walk. You must walk the path regardless. Not for the reward, but as the reward.
Yet were you always certain where the path ends? It is not the walking of the path. It is the end of the path that puzzles me.
Let that not worry you. The end of the path is unknown, except to the divine itself. Sometimes the path does not end. Sometimes the path is not a way of traversing two locations, where one starts and where one ends. Sometimes a path is simply that which is laid before you. And if you walk the path rightly, then you are in the right direction.
I see. I believe.
Do you have faith in your God?
Certainly, of course.
Do you serve his spirit well and true?
I like to think so.
That is what the divines call devotion. It is not in the act of prayer that one devotes themselves to a deity. It is not in the ritual or the burning of the incense. It is through a true dedication in your heart to what they represent, what they believe,
Yes.
what they stand for, and what they ask of you that shows devotion.
Yet what if the thing in question is not the devotion, but rather that what you thought you were devoted to and you believed to be the truth in its pure form might not be that way?
What is it that you're questioning, Shango?
Yeah.
You seem to be dancing around a topic.
Yeah, you're asking questions in a circle.
Ren's gonna quietly excuse herself and walk out for the moment. She's heard this.
Well, certainly not good I am at keeping topics vague, obviously. For my whole life, certain I was that anything outside this plane can only bring evil and bad things. There's nothing good that ever comes from outside the material plane. Yet, as I was talking with Noxus recently, I've noticed if I have these sparks fly through my hand, or if I call upon a different power, and I cast a light cantrip on my finger, a difference there is. And I've come to realize a product of the very evil I've sworn to destroy I am myself.
How so, my boy? What evil are you sworn to destroy?
Anything that is not of the material plane and threatening the inhabitants of the material plane.
Those are not the same. Something simply from another plane does not mean it threatens this plane. Why, the gods themselves are from a different plane of existence.
Yet there's nothing good ever coming. The divine gate has been erected, and has the material plane not be a better place since?
Why, no.
We have fought the Ifriti just recently. Much destruction they have brought to Iman itself.
My boy, you must look up as well as down on the great field.
This is the danger in subscribing tabs. All of anything is not one thing. All people are not good. All people are not bad. All creatures from another plane may be a mixture of good and bad.
Yes, my boy, the nine hells are a place of evil and destruction, filled with vile fiendish beasts who would do harm, but that
And there
is
you
not
have
true.
it. And
But
so is the abyss, and so are the planes of elements, the elements of air, the elements of fire.
Not Mount Celestia, not Elysium,
How can we
not
know, though?
Ishgard.
How can we know, though, that there's no evil intent there either?
That is where all of the good deities reside. That is where they bring us their love and blessing. That is where angels and diva come from. Beings of true good.
How are we to judge them as being true good?
For they act in the interest of good.
I do not follow.
Judge by their actions, not your assumptions.
Good is good and evil is evil. And if they were not, they would be called such.
We didn't fight the Afridi because they were Afridi. We fought the Afridi because they were
They were from
one.
They were from the element of. They were from the plane of fire, intruding on our material plane.
Well, there's also evil people on the
Wreaking
material
havoc.
plane. Do we assume that everybody on the material plane should be destroyed?
No, the material plane is different, but we're not better off separated. I don't. The answer I do not know, and I'll get up and start walking out.
That one is troubled.
Indeed.
I follow after Ren. BT dubs.
Okay.
Sitting on the steps there, just looking, not frustrated, but worried. And
Pop a
leans in her
squat
hands.
next to my my favorite blender. Ren, are you alright? I mean, with everything that's going on.
No. You said I could speak to you in utmost confidence, correct?
Oh, stands. Unless you mean harm to someone else or yourself, in which I need to alert somebody, but as long as you mean no harm to anybody.
No. I've simply been weak and frustrated, and my thoughts have been muddled for more than usual for the past couple days. And for such an insignificant reason, and... Have you ever asked a question that you were not prepared for the answer?
Yes. Yes, I have. Honestly.
As you could tell from back then, Shengo hath become troubled in regards to his goal and doubts of his nature, and before I wish to aid in lightening his burden, in doing so, at one point, I asked about Zephyr's nature to compare to his own. He thought perhaps her means to an end, he said. And something came over me, and I asked if he had thought the same of me when he considered my card a boon from the Stormlord. In doing... well, I do not know what I was thinking. I was a fool. Mayhaps I assumed the answer was no. I believe It would give him some differing perspective of his familiar and alleviate some of his own self-doubt, but kind of like drips down, kind of turns her head. He avoided answering altogether. I did not consider it long in the moment. Perhaps I wished to avoid the thoughts, focus on the issue at hand, but despite that, I should not dwell on them, that they should not matter. My mind hath been returning to them, and when it does, it is somewhat painful. But I cannot cease. And I cannot be upset. I considered myself nothing but a tool then. Of course he would see me as such. I couldn't fault him for avoiding a lie or a truth. But it has affected me more than I expected. How do I stop it, Fike?
I just reach over and I slowly grab her chin, and I try to pull her towards to look at me, because I know she's looking away and I know she's crying.
Teared up, probably not full on, but yeah.
Ren, you, both of you, I said a long time ago that you guys have no clue of who you are, but know exactly what you could do. You guys are finally finding yourselves. That's what this is. You are finally becoming the creatures that you are meant to be, and many things about yourself that are in the deep recesses of your mind that you guys did not know yet. Nox is doing it, Shango's doing it, and so are you. You're growing. This is what it's like to become something. And I understand that you're all quite troubled right now, but there's no need to cry. You're becoming who you're supposed to be. It's happening very fast and it's very scary. But you have a support system here. And if I may be so bold, your support system was just him for a while. And you care for him very deeply, if I may be so bold. And neither one of you knows how to express that.
But he apparently doth not see me as, or didst not.
You referred to yourself as a tool.
I did. I am a hypocrite. I'm sorry.
No, do not apologize to me. And I never saw you that way. But I always saw you as an instrument. Which I know you're going to refer to it as an instrument of death and destruction, but it's not. It's because if you're going to refer to yourself as a tool, you don't feel emotions for a hammer. A hammer is a hammer. But music moves people. It makes you feel something. It makes you happy or sad or bring joy to people that have lost faith. That's what you were that whole time. You were an instrument. You moved people. You moved me. You taught me to know about myself. You guys are finding out who you are, but you guys... The person that is your greatest enemy is the tongue in your mouth and the person standing back at you in the mirror. You need to say what you guys need to say, and you guys need to do what you guys need to do. You gotta stop being afraid for the
consequences and just jump that cliff. You need to ride that storm. You guys need to swim in that ocean. You... Thanks for the holy music. Appreciate it.
I had attempted to be helpful, and yet I apparently did nothing but...
No. Helpful where? In words, in actions?
Because all I have is words and actions, Spike.
It's more than that, Ren. We have so much. It is. You have the heart beating in your chest. I see the way you look at him. I see the way you look at us. You care for him very deeply. I know you guys do. It was a sense of duty at one point, but now it's a sense of affection. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm off base.
Kind of like stares at him, like thinking about that. Well, that sort of thing make one... Is that painful, in a sense, when does it make one somewhat bitter and thinking about insignificant things?
The things are only insignificant now. But those insignificant things are the things that eat away with you like termites. Small and insignificant things that slowly wear away at a structure till it collapses. You need someone that feeds every part of you. You need someone that feeds your mind and your soul and your body. And now that you've got all of that, you're starving yourself. Both of you are.
Simply doth not know how to pull him from this. He has his thoughts on what he is now and what he has to do, and he is very steadfast in it.
He has no clue what he needs to do now. That's the problem. He thinks he knew what he had to do for this long period of time, and now no, it's all bullshit. He needs a new truth. That's what he's looking for. He doesn't need what's right. He needs what's right now. He needs something solid that he could hold on to. And I just take out a little bandana and I kind of just dab her tears away.
All right. As you guys finish your tender moment in the Temple of Serenay, we will pick things up next week, because it's 10 o'clock. But great role play tonight, guys.
It was good.
Yeah,
Good
so we'll
team.
pick things up next week. I know, Flint, you're not going to be here, right?
No. All right.
That's okay. We'll pick things up next week with you guys. Fight going to tangle with the door for a second time, and
That'll be something.
Fight
Should be
under
interesting.
the basement.
I needed Ren. I really did. Ren fucked it all up. I had
Sorry.
a plan for everything.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
They just
and
changed
then,
up everything on me for this time around. Damn it.
Tango,
And then,
I need you next week to shoot lightning out of your dick. Get on it.
I'm on it.
I mean,
My
you
rod
can,
is
you,
yours.
can, you can have Ren do whatever you need for the door. I don't give a fuck.
and then
Hunter's work, so.
yeah. Also, you guys will have your meeting with the council in the morning.
Yay!
To put a bow on Tharn's little mission for you guys. But anyway, we haven't had one of those sessions in a while. It was just almost straight role play the whole way through.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I posted an image
and a little wham.
A little bit of wham.
Yeah.
That was good.
Just wake me up before you go.
Tharn broke me a couple of times.
Yeah.
I
noticed.
I posted an image today.
A comedian
said,
breaks
last
us? What?
Said, last session, Doom. This session, Mood.
Yep.
And perfectly. And I go,
called it.
That's how I called
I'm sorry I ruined your Black Panther party, guys.
Thank you so much for the subscribe, El Canadiano. I'm going to turn off the stream. Good night, everybody.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice hoarder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice hoarder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice hoarder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello,